we live. What's going down? What's going down? Young James Boogie. AR Dub.
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.
Why Steve Jackson want to smack Skip Bayless, man?
Huh?
Why Steve Jackson say you want to smack Skip Bayless?
Skill.
Why you want to smack that, man?
Hey, man, Uncle Shay. Man, I thought Shannon Sharp was going to smack that nigga the other day.
Man, okay.
Don't do it.
I can understand. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
I can understand Shannon be kind of upset with, this is just Mountain Dew, man.
No. It looked like a Mardi Gras cup.
No, it's just regular old, you know.
I thought it was like Mardi Gras time. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You understand why?
I understand why Shay. I understand why Uncle Shay could be kind of mad at Skip because Skip be kind of talking to him some kind of way sometimes. But I mean,
Skip a hoe.
Skip just talk. That's what he do. He talk shit, man. That's what I get paid to do, man. So this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? This is a different world. But anyway, it's like battle rap, bro. Like how you get mad with battle rap? But anyway, but I'm saying like. There's so many people like Steven Jackson, man. I understand you being upset, but from your words and what you're trying to do with your life and what you're trying to do, bro, it's so many more people, so many more important things to be focusing energy on. To saying, man, you know what? To putting yourself in a position that now, if you see him, you got to smack him because you want to stand on what you said, and now putting yourself in a position where you know you can. Charges can be filed, and now you got a black mark on you. Time out.
You
know, that's what's going to happen.
Maybe it was a metaphorical slap. Like, maybe he didn't mean when I see Skip Bayless, I'm going to physically put palm to cheek. Maybe he meant, you know, metaphorically, like maybe on sports jousting kind of commentary back and forth. Maybe have Skip Bayless come on All the Smoke, and then they hash it out. You know what I'm talking about?
I could agree with you 100% if their platform wasn't one where they speak very candidly and very truthfully. So like, or not truthfully, but very openly. So it's like they don't media swag any of their.
Okay. Did he say I want to physically slap him? What did he say? What was his words?
He said.
What was his words?
Verbatim. Let me see what he said. He said.
What did he say?
He threatened to slap Skip Bayless, and he says, all the respect is gone for him. And
time out. Who said he threatened to slap? What did he say? Did he say, I'm going to slap Skip?
I don't want to play the audio because we ain't got the clearance to play the audio.
All I'm saying is, did he say, I'm going to physically walk down on Skip Bayless and slap him?
He said, I should slap him
when
I see him.
See, time out, bro. See,
man?
You just misled.
You with the threats, man.
Let me finish. You just misled me. And our audience, bro. You went time out. I'm gonna tell you why you just misled me and our audience.
Yeah, how?
Because you started off your monologue saying that Steven Jackson said he was going to slap Skip, but in reality,
he threatened to slap him.
In reality, he didn't threaten to slap him.
No, that's exactly what he threatened to slap him.
No, you just told me he said I ought to slap him when I see him.
That's threatening to slap somebody.
No. If I say, man, I ought to slap this thing when I see him. That's not threatening. I'm not threatening you. If I say, man, I ought to slap JB when I see him, I'm not threatening to slap you at that point. I said, man, I should, but I'm not going to because I said, man, I ought to. Now, if I said, man, I'm going to slap the taste out of JB mouth when I see him, now I'm threatening to slap you. So you just Karen'd us.
I'm just glad we record this. That's all.
Again, I don't really know what that means because every time you say that, did he say I'm going to slap him? It's yes or no?
Let me see. I'm gonna see the exact quote, bro.
Get the exact quote so we can get the exact quote so now we know how to judge. You're
assuming, man. Like
I'm not assuming. I'm going by what you told me.
That's what I'm saying, though.
You first told me that he threatened to slap him. He said I'm gonna slap him. Now you telling me he said I ought to slap him.
What I'm saying is that on these guys' show and on their platform and in the public eye, they don't talk in parables. They don't never talk. They never say something like it'd be different if before in the history of their talking, him and Matt Barnes or Steve Jackson by himself was like he might allude to something and be like it has a double entendre or it's a maybe. 95% of the time when you hear him talk, he's always professing about how real he is and how he don't do that, how he don't side talk around like he be direct. So now when he says I ought to slap somebody, the history of Steven Jackson without being biased in any way will tell you this nigga probably gonna slap me. If Skip Bayless wanted to go to a lawyer right now and be like, man, I want to file a restraining order on him And he would be justified, bro, because I could say, look at the history of this man. Every time he said something like this, he had done this. He was in the Madison Palace. He got in a fight in Indiana before that. Like, he has a history. But I'm assuming, because it's not a direct quote of saying, I will slap him in the face. Come on, man.
I mean, again, if he said I ought to slap him, he ain't threatened to slap him.
That's like if I'm a known carjacker and everybody know I jack cars, and I'm at the bar and say I ought to jack his car. Like, did he say he gonna jack your car? No, he said he ought to. That nigga a known carjacker, so you gonna take that as a threat because he has a history of doing type of shit.
So you're telling me that Steven Jackson has a history of beating up people,
of being fighting. Fighting.
Can you give me 3 examples of Steven Jackson beating up someone?
Steven Jackson got into a fight at Golden State. One time he got suspended a long time. He was in the Malice in the Palace.
He was in the Malice.
And he got in a fight in Indiana's rookie year. Got his teeth. That's how he got his teeth redone. He did something crazy, whatever. Mm-hmm. So that's the 3 instances that off the top of my head.
And because of those 3 instances, if he says, "Oh, to slap Skip," Skip should take that as a direct threat and get a restraining order.
Because of those 3 instances, and because of Steven Jackson's history of always talking about that he does what he says, what he does. If it was somebody who didn't have a history or was not normally volatile, didn't have a reputation of being a quote unquote tough guy.
So what about you feel this strong about the fact that Charles Barkley say he'll kill him?
That Charles Barkley say he'll kill him?
Yeah, you feel that strongly about that?
Did Charles Barkley say I'll kill? What you call it?
100%. He said it a couple of times.
Yeah.
On TNT.
Okay.
To be honest with you.
Has Charles Barkley ever been arrested for murder?
Nah, he threw someone through a window.
Has he ever been arrested for murder?
No.
So, do you think his threat is out of anger or him saying, or even if he said I'm gonna kill him?
He said, lock me in a room with Skip.
Yeah.
And he ain't gonna walk out.
So he didn't say I'm gonna kill him.
He said he would kill him as well. But I'm just telling you, he said those things as well.
So he said he
said a couple of things. He said, lock me in a room with Skip, he won't walk out. Mm-hmm. And he's also threatened to kill Skip Bayless on TNT.
Has Skip Bayless and Chuck ever got into a fight?
Oh, whoa. Well, time out.
I'm asking you a question.
No, I'm finna ask you a question.
Oh, yeah.
No, they have not. But has Steven Jackson and Skip Bayless ever gotten into a fight? A physical fight?
Not that I know of.
Of course they haven't, JB.
What I'm saying is this. Chuck and Skip have been doing this for 10 years. Chuck did, man, you tripping, man.
I'm not tripping. See, you can't even explain the bullshit you was finna say.
No,
because there's no difference. There's no difference.
Okay.
If I take it in the context of what you explained to me with Steven Jackson, there's no difference between Steven Jackson's threat, as you call it, and Charles Barkley's threat, as you call it.
No,
time out. No, it's not a difference. No, it's not a huge difference.
Why not?
Because they both have a history of violence, right or wrong.
But one is 60-something years old, bro.
What does age have to do with it?
Everything, man.
It has nothing to do with it.
Okay, then age don't matter, man.
Age has nothing to do with it.
That's why we hire.
You mean to tell me, time out. See, why are you moving the goalposts?
That's just common knowledge, bro.
It ain't common knowledge.
So you telling me age don't matter? Age don't matter?
I have one quick question.
Okay, go ahead.
And then we can leave it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just because I'm 60 and someone else is 48, does that mean I can't threaten to do violence to someone and actually act on it? You mean to tell me a 60-year-old can't threaten to beat up someone and not act on it?
And I'm saying that.
I'm asking yes or no.
No. I'm saying that.
Did you really just tell me no?
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's not logical. I'm saying you telling me
what do you mean it's not logical?
You telling me that I have the same worry about an old broke up 65-year-old man and a dude and Steven Jackson. That's two different people.
Moving the goalpost.
It's the truth though. It's not
what I said.
That's the actuality.
All right, bro. That's some utter BS.
How so, sir? So what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. We can hold up. Okay, go ahead.
First off, I don't think that Skip Bayless is worried about either one of them doing any harm to him. Well, all I'm saying,
I didn't say that. That wasn't the argument in the first place.
But that's the argument you made.
I said that I started the whole thing saying that Steve Jackson, from what he said he's trying to change to going and saying things like this, is like, bro, this man is a talker. That's what he does, man. And you worried about the talking. I'm not talking about Steve Jackson. I've listened, watching his journey to Islam and how he's trying how he's saying he's trying to change and how he's trying to get rid of some of the old habits he had that didn't put him in certain situations to be doing XYZ. And now you worried about Skip Bayless. Man, Skip Bayless is a talker, bro. He's a talker, man. That's what he does. But now, if we can't take into account the normalities of life, like, oh, this old 60-year-old man told me he gonna knock me out, and this young man told me he gonna knock me out, I'm supposed to be like, that's the same threat. No, it's not the same threat. It's a different threat, man. Different threat levels, man. Like, you got a gun to tell me get out your face, and you got hands to get your face. It's different threat levels. It's the same call, but the variables that are undeniable, you can't ignore them.
Okay, I got you. Okay. No, I got you. What you got?
I don't know, man. I forgot what I was saying, man. You started talking.
Oh, I started talking, so now you forgot what you were saying.
Yeah, I thought.
Because I answered the question.
Nah,
I got you.
You answered the question in a unique way, man. I had something else. Let me see what I had.
Now let's begin the story.
That time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest 16 Shots podcast.
I'm lightning with the blam blam.
Yes. It is us. It is the 16 Shots podcast with Young James Boogie and AR Dub.
You tell me how you took it, I'm going to tell you what I meant.
What's going down today, my brother?
Man, I'm just looking at all the foolish things, man, that is happening in the world, and it's like, man. So Ja Morant is being sued for allegedly punching a 17-year-old during a pickup game.
Yeah, I heard about this. He was hooping with a 17-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 17-year-old threatened him and ran upon him or what, but yeah.
No. The 17-year-old claims he accidentally hit Ja in the face with the ball, and Ja says he responded in self-defense. So, Ja's not saying I didn't hit the nigga.
No, he never said that.
He's just saying that it was in self-defense.
Yeah, he's always said that.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, that's crazy, man.
How can this play out? Ja Morant pickup game, 17-year-olds involved. Ja Morant come down the court, gorilla dunk on the 17-year-old. Land. I'm painting this. I'm not saying this happened.
Yeah.
Maybe he can land. 17-year-old really don't like it. And kind of like throw the ball at him in the face, but then realize, damn, I hit Ja Morant in the face. But it's too late because Ja Morant two-piece.
Why am I playing with a 17-year-old in a pickup game, man? This better be a...
You can't say that because the 17-year-old might be all world.
If he all world, man, and you throwing the ball at Ja Morant, man, I don't know. But that's the first part. The first part
you hooping niggas can't ask that question.
The first what you mean? The first question I'm asking is like, okay, who is this an elite 17-year-old? That's the first question. Right.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think you can ask that question. Well, all right, he ain't trash if he's on the court with Ja Morant. You know how some of these NBAers, they'll go pull up at LA Fitness or something, and LeBron and J.R. Smith and Enes Kanter go run or some shit like that. So that'll happen, and then they run into local LA Fitness superstars, and it might be a 5-star high schooler roll up in there and see how good he is. So that could happen.
It could have, but I mean, yeah, but
So don't act like there's no reason why a 17-year-old is on the court with Ja Morant. Let's not do that.
But then now I go back and look at it again. In that sense, he shouldn't be on the court with Ja Morant. Though.
No, don't say that. Now I say he should be on the court with Ja Morant during the season.
Period, bro.
So explain. All right, explain the rucker, or explain.
It don't be no 17-year-olds.
Time out. Explain the rucker, or explain some West Coast pro-am that has the hottest 17-year-old that plays at Sierra, whatever that is, just finna go to college, just finna go to the pros.
They don't do that though. Like the pro. First off, the pro-am for 100% ain't no 17-year-olds at the pro-am.
Yeah, you're
bro.
probably right.
Because the pro-am, if you play in the pro-am, bro, then you lose the eligibility.
Yeah, you're right.
What you call it?
Well, like LA Fitness pickup game.
The pickup games, they be what you call it? It'd be like 7 pro NBA pros and G League pro. It don't have no, because the 17-year-old has nothing to lose. Ja Morant and these guys, they are in a contract, bro. They can't just go into places and play with people who don't, because like man, no, they're not gonna do that.
Okay.
Like like I'm saying, if I'm in this cancer, I'm not gonna go somewhere and play at a LA Fitness with a 17-year-old or some nobody who, you know what I'm saying. If I get hurt in this, man, my contract is probably void, probably null and void if that happened like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure Chet Holmgren had some stipulations in his contract about getting hurt playing in blah blah blah. So I'm pretty sure he getting hurt from that too. He probably had, I don't know, but NBA money is guaranteed, so they don't have that. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. But man, it's just weird, man. Like, dang, man, decision making, man. Like, you 17, bro. Like, this can't go nothing but bad for me. It can go but good for you if you do something to me. You score on me, cross me over. I dunked on, like, oh boy, we dunked on LeBron back in the day. Jordan Crawford. They're like, oh, he's the man. Nike hit the tape and everything, and to the point where Jordan Crawford got damn near blackballed the league. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, I dunked on LeBron when I was in high school.
Was he that good though? Was he good enough to be in the league?
He played in the league. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, he'll tell you, according to him, that he kind of never got his right shine because of that LeBron incident.
Okay.
He was a bucket though.
He's still in the league?
Jordan Crawford probably, man. No, ain't nobody that came in with LeBron still in the league, man. He been in the league 20 years, bro.
Oh,
That's twice.
if he dunked on LeBron in a Nike camp and they were the same age?
Nah, LeBron was probably like, I want to say first, second year, and he was like, he was at college, Georgetown, Xavier, one of them schools. I forgot. He was either going to college or first year in college.
Gotcha.
Jordan Crawford. And you know what, man? Speaking of LeBron, man, you gonna say I'm a LeBron hater, but the LeBron haters will tell you, oh man, look what he did when he was 23 years old. Look how he was doing that. And look how cold he was. And ain't nobody like that. Jordan wasn't doing this at 23. You know what I'm saying? Kobe wasn't doing this at 23. He's on the bench, you know, right? Luka done busted up all of LeBron little records, man. Like all the scoring, the rebounding, the triple doubles, everything LeBron did, but the most points scored, most assists, all the shit LeBron did before 25. The only thing he didn't do is go to the finals. But all the records that they used to stack and say LeBron is colder than X, Y, he done busted all them up, man.
He's supposed to. That's what records are for. They're meant to be broken.
But I'm saying
they won't gonna last forever.
Oh no, but the records that to me that says like, okay, if you're a part of your argument was saying that he look how cold he was at this age, ain't nobody did it before, and then somebody done it and broke it, and not like 20, 30, 40 years later, but like 10 years later, the records he broke lasted for 30, 40 years. Or 20, 30 years at least, you know what I'm saying? It's somebody who you playing against who busting his record up, so.
I do think that I do think that the NBA game evolved quicker from LeBron to Luka than it did from, let's say, Jordan to LeBron. So I think the game evolved a little quicker. And when I say evolve, I don't know, maybe some shit. I saw a score. It was like 150 to 140 or some shit like that. Yeah, like I think is I don't know. I think the game, just like football, is kind of like offensive heavy.
You know the last time the NBA scored this high? You know what year it was?
What year was it?
1985.
Oh, that's nice.
Just letting you know that in 85, 84, 83, they were scoring like this too. And that's when they came in with they changed the rules because they wanted to bring the scores down. And then they opened the rules up again. So it's like, even if to some people, they'll be like, oh man, they're more skilled, they score more. It's like, no, they just changed the rules to allow you to score more. But they was doing this same shit in 85.
Essentially, that's what I just said. So maybe that's why Luka hit it faster. He benefited from the rule changes.
The rules changed when LeBron came in. So
you don't think they've evolved since LeBron has been in?
What was the rule changes they made since LeBron?
Oh, I don't know. I'm asking. I don't know. I'm not saying it has. I'm not debating that. I'm just asking.
LeBron came in after the hand check and the zone was really the two biggest ones that really made the NBA stand out different from college because you couldn't run the zone and you could hand check. And of course, I guess some of the fouls could be harder. But LeBron came in when they took the hand check out and when they put the zone back in.
Maybe Luka's better.
I don't think he is. To be honest with you, I'm just making the point to that when LeBron fans point out some of these stats or some of these things that I was saying back, I was like, he had the opportunity. That's why he did that. Not that it's not a great feat, but you just saying, look what he did, how fast he did it. Like niggas they sorry as fuck him doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan, them, Isaiah, them wasn't sorry when he was struggling or when he wasn't getting championships. Other superstars wasn't sorry. I mean, they team wasn't just horrible. Like right now, his team is horrible, man.
Who team horrible?
Lakers. They horrible, man.
Okay. All right.
Isaiah Thomas ain't had years like that, man. Jordan ain't have years like that.
Jordan had years being on a horrible team.
Named 2 years.
It was
3
like
years.
First came in the league, like first 3 years.
His first year, 84, they were bad. He didn't play his second year. After that third year, they was contenders ever since.
Okay.
He ain't have no 4 and 5 years. He ain't have.
It do sound like you really have something against LeBron.
All right, well, like I said, were the Rockets in the playoffs the Keem last years?
I don't remember.
Yes, 100%. Was Peyton Manning fighting for Super Bowls in his last years?
In Denver, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was
Now the Peyton Manning thing ain't that fair because Peyton Manning was throwing ducks them last 2 seasons.
he was throwing ducks, but he was fighting championships.
Yeah, he had a nice team around him though, so it wasn't all on Peyton.
Okay, we'll take the Peyton out of there. Was name an old NBA player or aged NBA player.
I mean, you would have to ask, was those Toronto Raptors teams good? I don't know. What did he play for Toronto? 2 years, 1 year?
Who, Hakeem?
Yeah.
What's about money with the Rockets, man?
No.
Well, Toronto, they went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs.
Was it because of Hakeem? Was it because of Hakeem?
He wasn't the focal point.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is, if we saying LeBron's the focal point, and they sucking like this,
LeBron shouldn't be the focal point.
Then you can't be the.
If LeBron is the best player on his Lakers team, that ain't LeBron's fault.
LeBron is a great player, man. But LeBron, it's like I don't know. We cannot debate about the result. We can debate how we feel about the results. Now, I'm not talking about you're talking about this in general.
Listen.
We can't debate about the results. I mean, we can't debate the results. The results are in LA. He got 1 playoff year and 4 non-playoff years.
He got a ring.
He got 1 playoff year.
He got a ring.
And 1 4 playoff ring. Okay, he got a ring.
He got a ring.
Jeff, which guy got 7?
Who?
Robert Ory.
Yeah, Robert Ory's 7 rings are different than LeBron's, what, 5? Or 4? Robert Ory's 7 are different from LeBron's 4.
Okay, I'm gonna use some dub logic. You ready?
You don't, first off, you will never be able to use dub logic because you don't understand me.
Okay.
And secondly, go ahead with your BS so I can see if it's true or not.
All right. Okay. So, is basketball a team sport?
Basketball 100% a team sport.
Okay. So when my contribution to the game make the team, every bit is needed, right?
Say it one more time.
Every bit of contribution is needed because every contribution led to winning the game, right?
Sure, it's a team sport.
Okay. So if Robert Ory contributed to 7 championships, right? Mm-hmm. And LeBron James committed to 4, contributed to 4, right? Right. So, do you still think that the ring is the most important thing in that equation? Because if it is, that means Robert Ory is more important, is better and more important than LeBron because he was able to be a part of 7 times and he's only 4 times. If the ring is
my argument has never been that the ring is the most important thing, though.
Okay, so the reason I was okay, fine. Okay,
Robert Ory can stand up and say, "I am a 7-time champion." Mm-hmm. LeBron James can't.
Okay.
So in that aspect of it, yeah, Robert Ory can say, "I'm a 7-time NBA world champion," and he trumps LeBron because LeBron is only a 4-time NBA champion. So he can say that.
So Robert Ory is a better NBA champion than LeBron James.
I didn't say that.
I'm asking.
I don't think you can say that.
He has 7, you have 4.
I think there are other elements if you want to say he's a better champion. All I said was he can say I am a 7-time champion, and LeBron can say I'm a 4-time champion. Okay. I didn't say Robert Ory can stand up and say I am a better 7-time champion.
Perfect. Okay, so I feel the same way. You're saying he got a ring, and I'm saying just because he got that ring, that's not the qualifier to say that his tenure here was great. because his ring was predicated, in my eyes, to Anthony Davis. Because Anthony Davis played his ass off, and every time Anthony Davis got hurt, they've been sucking. So to me, and this is being extreme, but LeBron got some Robert Horry in that ring because he was he was there and he did things, but he was there for the ride. AD, man.
Yo, you know what? I was kind of riding with you in the car. I was in the car with you.
Yeah.
I was in the car.
Yeah.
I wasn't totally agreeing.
Okay.
But I was along for the ride and I was willing to sit in the car.
Yeah.
Until you said that last piece. I jumped out the car and speeding on traffic.
I'm just saying, but
because you really just said, now you really just said LeBron James
yeah,
played a Robert Horry-esque role in the Lakers winning the ring in the bubble.
I'll say this.
You can't.
Yeah.
You know that's some far-fetched BS.
I mean, it's far. No, well, he was Robert Horry.
No, he was not. He was not Robert Horry-ish.
Look, watch this. Okay, what have the Lakers done when Anthony Davis was hurt?
Not one. But it don't just be Anthony Davis. Like you gave away your youth and draft picks for Anthony Davis.
So
and an aging LeBron James. So if everybody is hurt but LeBron, and LeBron is in his late 30s, what do you expect is going to happen?
Okay.
You shouldn't be leaning on a 37-year-old superstar to be the driving force of your championship team when you have AD on your squad.
Maybe you ain't really a 38-year superstar. But more than that, I say this. So that in my mind, that will put LeBron wherever you put him on the all-time list. He got to be behind the king. Wherever Akeem is, he one or two behind him.
It sounds like hate, but
how's that hating? Because
I just said it sounds like hate, but I'm not going to debate it.
Because Akeem went to the championship with no All-Stars at all, none, nobody on who ever in their career.
That's not true.
Shit, who was the All-Star on the Rockets team, the first team?
Didn't get a ring with Clyde?
Clyde the second year.
I asked you, did he get a ring with Clyde?
Yeah, the second year.
You said he went and never got
the first year.
You did, all right, you got to specify years.
Okay, the first year he got his ring,
thank you.
He didn't have a single All-Star on his team.
Sam Cassell won All-Star.
Man, Sam Cassell was a rookie getting 9 points a game. No, he wasn't an All-Star. I don't think he's ever played an All-Star in his career. I know for sure nobody else has.
Kenny Smith won All-Star?
Come on, man.
Well, he was in dunk contest.
He's never been an All-Star. He nobody on that team. Nobody on the team.
That's not true.
Who?
Robert Horry's been an All-Star.
We're crazy, man. You are crazy.
You mean to tell me Robert Horry has never been an All-Star?
Robert Horry ain't never been an All-Star. Right? Not Robert Horry, not Mario Elie, not even reserves. Not Otis Thorpe. None of them.
Okay.
Not one. Not Scotty Brooks.
Well, we know Scotty Brooks never.
Not Matt Bullard.
Matt Bullard.
The Bull.
Well, you can't say that. He had Clyde the Glide year 2.
He didn't have Clyde for the whole year.
We didn't ask you all that. LeBron ain't have Anthony Davis all year. Come on now. Let's keep it a buck.
So you
Let's keep it a buck now. If we gonna talk about people in street clothes, let's keep it a buck now.
So now you're gonna skip over to the year that I did this impossible feat to pick to and you gonna skip over that. This is the.
I'm not skipping over anything.
Okay.
I'm honestly, I'm not skipping over anything. You said Olajuwon never had any help, and I told you.
I said I didn't say. I said Olajuwon went to the championship and won it with no All-Stars. I ain't saying about no help.
And then all I said was he had Clyde year 2.
Year 2.
So you have to specify. You got to say year 1 he had no help.
Okay, well name me the year LeBron went to the championship with no help.
We're not talking about LeBron right now.
Yes, we are. That was my comparison.
Time out. We're not talking about LeBron right now. We were on Hakeem. All I was saying was, next time you should say, hey, Olajuwon didn't have any All-Star help first season. Second season, he had All-Star help, but Clyde was hurt half the season.
No.
Okay.
Clyde wasn't on our team half the season. He wasn't hurt.
Same thing. He won on the team half season.
Yeah. But, okay. So, what's the year that LeBron... My statement was, beginning, I said, wherever Olajuwon is on your all top 10, on a person's top 10, Westcott got behind him because
LeBron got to be behind Dream is what it's saying.
Because
I'm
Dream did
Dream,
this feat.
I'm putting LeBron behind Dream. I don't have a problem with that.
Now, wherever Paul Pierce is, and to me, he not look. Watch this. To me, he not over Olajuwon, but LeBron got to be behind him too because Paul Pierce when got his ring, he went through LeBron, Kobe, Joe Johnson. Who else was it? And was it D Wade? He beat D Wade and LeBron. Yeah, I went to D Wade, LeBron, Kobe, Joe Johnson. Somebody he had one of the toughest runs to the ever, and was D'ing up and locking boys down and putting up 25s and man. So I got to put LeBron behind him too, man.
The Miami Heat are in the what? West?
East.
The Celtics are in the what?
East.
Yeah. All right. Are you done with your LeBron hate segment?
I'm not hating. I'm just.
It's a little hate. There is a little hate involved. I'm not. There's a little hate involved. No, that's a little hate involved. I think we got to find you a new nickname that has hate involved in it.
Well, I got to have anything with hate would sound like something.
Nah,
that's my opinion.
You know, you like the number one hater, bro.
It's just opinion, man.
Your opinion be filled with some hate sometimes. Bless you, my brother.
Thank you. If that was hate, I would have said LeBron was sorry, and so I just said.
You said that.
I said he's a great player. I said he's a great player 7 times. I said he's a great player.
A lot of people like start off their insults with a compliment. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm really getting ready to disrespect somebody, I'm gonna be like, hey, you know what? With all due respect. And when I say that, when I say like with all due respect,
yeah,
I'm really finna say some disrespectful shit to you. Cause I really don't respect you. So why do people even say that?
Cause they don't want disrespect, man. But you know, sometimes you got to try to be respectful when you're being disrespectful, man.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So, Boosie, man.
The Boosie badass. What Boosie do, man? I'm a fan of Boosie, by the way.
I don't like Boosie, man.
Yeah. Again, Captain Hate. That's your new name. I gotta give me a drop. Hey, 16 Shots fans, we're gonna have a drop next episode. It's gonna be called Captain Hate, and it's gonna be for Young James Boogie.
Man,
why you don't like Boosie?
I'm gonna go there, but this is a social commentary right here, not about me or you. Just asking the question: how do we get to the point where if you don't like something, you hating it?
Oh, I don't normally do that. I just like fucking with you, so.
I know, but I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying that's what people think for real. Like,
I don't.
In
know.
real life, they
I'm not
think
sure.
that if you don't like something, you hating.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't usually do that. I usually take it as someone's opinion. They don't like something. So if someone says, man, if I'm at Truth Barbecue with you and I'm ordering the brisket.
Hold on, they paid us, man?
Nah, not yet.
Oh,
if I'm ordering the brisket, it was better than that pot roast you brought over here. And
Pot roast up.
and the Brussels sprouts. And I say, Young James Boogie, man, get these Brussels sprouts. And he'd be like, man, I don't really fuck with the Brussels sprouts. I wouldn't take that as hate. I would take that as you're just not a fan of Brussels sprouts.
Sometimes, I'm just saying that sounds very accurate, but I'm saying that what our society or our culture.
I don't know who in the culture and society you be talking to.
Why do you always act like so? Maybe we talk to different people in the world.
We definitely talk to different people in the world.
When I say like, man, people do it like I don't know who you're talking to, but none of the black people I know.
Who said it's all black people?
I was just making what you call it, but none of the people like in society as a whole.
Yeah.
The word hate has become synonymous with dislike. That's not JB talking. That's society talking. I'm aware of the importance of words. Everybody isn't. I don't think.
I feel like you just shot a slug at me, bro.
Why is it you, man? I'm talking about society.
Cause you're talking to me though.
I'm talking to you. I'm asking your opinion about society.
Oh, I told you I don't have the same opinion about society that you have.
But I didn't say the same. I said, what is your opinion?
Oh, I don't think that everyone thinks that. I think some people do. I think when people think it's convenient to say that your opinion is hate, they'll say that. Mm-hmm. And then, you have people who are participants in society. I don't think they really look at stuff open-minded. Just because you don't like something, I don't think it's hate. There are some people who will jump to it and say, oh, you're a hater because you don't like it. But those are closed-minded individuals. I try not to talk to closed-minded individuals. Everything ain't hate because you don't like it. Now, if you are constantly harping on something, so if you're asking me how I measure if someone is a hater or not, if you constantly find something to say, I don't want to use the word negative, I'm going to use the word negative, but if you constantly find something negative to say about the orange cup, at that point you're going out of your way to find an issue with it. It's a little bit of hate. If you just like, hey, I don't like the way my drink gets too warm in the orange cup.
Yeah.
Then you're not a fan of the orange cup. But if it's every other day you got a new issue with the orange cup, you might be a hater of the orange cup.
But why can't I be a hater of Orange Cup, man? Why? I mean,
Oh, you can be. Still wrong with it.
I know, but like people will judge you for your dislike of something. Like, I don't like that, man. I don't like it, man.
Well, people gonna do that. They're gonna judge you for your dislike of something. They're gonna judge you for your like of something. They're gonna judge you for your lack of opinion on something. As long as there are people in the world, people are gonna judge you. So I don't know. I don't give a fuck about that.
You know what? That's what I was
I
thinking.
do want to know what Boosie did though.
Man, Boosie's foolish, man. I know that, like, he just foolish, man.
Yeah, I can agree with that. He's
Like-
foolish.
So I saw something that Charleston White said the other day. It wasn't about Boosie in particular. It wasn't even about Boosie, but it made me think about Boosie and some of the people. Like, he was talking about, he had some shows booked, to do some engagements, comedic engagements, and he's selling out. And he was,
He is quite funny.
he was shooting, some flavor at some of the people who didn't let him in. Like, he said, I went to all the comedians. It's like, man, could you be my comedy mentor? And they kind of boxed me out and didn't want to help me, blah, blah. And he's like, now I'm selling out shows, you know what I'm saying? And so he's like, DC Young Fly, you a hater, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm doing comedy shows. And then he went out of, got out the pictures, and I ain't have to do this, and start doing kind of like the silly dances and I was like, yeah, man, that's the part that I don't be understanding. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that some of these people are intelligent, you know what I'm saying? But they do shuck and jive shit on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Boosie's not intelligent, man. But then I think he be doing some shuck and jive shit on purpose, man, to garner views or to garner attention. Like, cause you can't be that ignorant. Like, you just, like, why would a intelligent person say, I'm gonna buy my 15-year-old son a prostitute for his birthday? Why would any?
I think Boosie's that ignorant though.
But I don't think so, bro.
I think he is.
Because if I was that ignorant, I wouldn't have the presence of mind to always broadcast my ignorance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I think he's calculated, man. He's crazy like a fox to me. I'm like, he's doing these things to garner attention, because you don't get to that point where now I'm throwing festivals and shows being no idiot. You know what I'm saying? You have a
I don't
mind.
think he's an idiot though. Like, I don't. That doesn't make him an idiot. So I don't think he's an idiot. I think he has a smart business acumen. I think Boosie is smart, bro. I also think Boosie is ignorant as hell. You can be both. Same thing with Young Boy. Young Boy ain't dumb. He's not dumb.
You don't think he's dumb?
Young Boy is not dumb. He ain't dumb, bro, but he ignorant as fuck too.
But I'm saying, I'm just asking because I don't.
I look at
I wouldn't say it's dumb.
I'm looking at the business acumen of some of these guys. He's smart enough to know I'm making X amount of dollars off these YouTube views. Matter of fact, I'm making you, the record label, more bread off my YouTube channel than my record sales.
Yeah.
And y'all don't want to give me my YouTube channel. So I ain't finna sign this stupid ass deal until y'all do this situation over here right where I get my bread. Like, these young men aren't stupid. They ignorant though. Like, Glorilla ain't dumb, but she fucking ignorant. So you can be both.
I kind of beg to differ sometimes.
Because we personally know like some ignorant smart people. Like, you niggas ain't dumb, but they ignorant though.
I'm saying, well, I guess I would just assume that that a person would become less ignorant as they become smarter, because you have to, like,
because they were never dumb in the first place.
Well, I'm saying, like, ignorance really, at the core of it, being ignorant is like you'll switch at any moment. You'll go, you'll be uncouth at any moment.
I think Boosie will be uncouth at any moment.
But what I'm saying is, but he won't though. He does it calculated.
He do.
Let me tell you an example of how his uncouthness got calculated. Like, okay, I got pulled over, right? You've been in the penitentiary before, bro. You spent years in there. I know God dang well you wouldn't talk crazy to them guards like that. You know what I'm saying? We all know what happens, you know, or we all have an idea of what the guards would do to you if you act ignorant. So he picked and choose, okay, I'm on camera. Let me act up on camera. I'm in the right too, so I can really act up. Right? He could have been in the right in prison. Pretty sure he can do that. So I'm knowing he's an intelligent person. He can read rooms, you know what I'm saying? But dang, I lost what I was gonna say. But yeah, it's just that's what I was trying to get to. Like I wonder at what point do you reach the level of success that you're like, man, I ain't gotta shuck and jive. I ain't gotta be ignorant to get attention. That's what I mean.
And I see what you're saying, but let's keep it a buck. Even with this Charleston White,
Yeah.
everybody making money in front of a camera is doing some sort of shucking and jiving.
You think? Let's say I ain't. Yeah. No.
Nah, to a certain extent. To a certain extent, because I'm entertaining. I'm entertaining you.
Yeah. Why
So
is that shucking and jiving though?
I don't know. I don't call so prime example.
Yeah.
I'm not calling what DC Young Fly does as his comedy as shucking and jiving. Now, you might, or not you in the sense of you, but I'm saying someone might feel like his dancing antics, I guess Charleston White feels like his dancing is shucking and jiving.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as shucking and jiving. I look at it as part of his comedy routine. Someone can look at Charleston White's comedy routine and let's say something he does, some of his antics, they can look at it as being shucking and jiving. It ain't true comedy. He's shucking and jiving for a certain demographic because it's funny to them. So, you know, I think
so?
this is my personal opinion. The same thing with Martin Lawrence doing his different characters.
Okay.
So someone can say if you're a male and you put on a dress, you're shucking and jiving. So it all depends on what that A, person's perception of the shucking and jiving could be, and B, you're entertaining. So if your job is entertainment, you're doing something to entertain a group of people, and you're probably doing some form of shucking and jiving anyway.
The reason why I disagree with that is because I'm saying that at some point, you there's a difference between being entertaining and being a certain way purposely to fit, like when Dave Chappelle said talking about people in the room laughing and they wasn't laughing with me,
They're
laughing at me,
Yeah.
right? Because you know, like there's certain things that's innate about about a situation. Every situation is unique, and every person is unique. But if I go in a room for white people and be like and say something that's super on the edge about race, the room gets different. It's a different vibe in the room. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. If they start making jokes about, you know, gorilla dunking, it's like, we gonna gorilla dunk. And JB, can you gorilla dunk? I'm like, hold up, what you mean? You know what I'm saying?
All right, is DC Young Fly doing anything similar to that? I'm only using him because he's the example.
Yeah, but he's definitely like if you went up and pulled up a picture, a video of an old blackface dancer and put it's kind of like sucking and jiving, but also it's kind of like he just childish with some of the things he does, you know what I'm saying? And that's part of his appeal, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's, you know, and this is me listening to him, and listening to a bunch of comedians and seeing this, studying comedy. It's like his appeal is he reminds you of that dude in the back of the class, man. His comedy is it's not going past a certain level of education. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he's not educated, but he's not shooting jokes that you have to think more than once about. It's slapstick, and then it's a lot of, you know, dancing, and you know, I'm a jester. I'm a very gesterish type of comedian. Whereas the other guys with him, Carlos Miller and they're more cerebral comics. So even though we might have all the same subject matter, which makes that unit work so well, because we could talk about the same thing, and you gonna come at it from this kind of childish approach. It's funny, but it's kind of childish.
But I do think Carlos Miller and Chico Bean are different type of comedians. They are like actual comedians, I believe. I think DC Young Fly is more of a entertainer. He came from that like Vine style of entertainment.
Well, there's a their world they tour as 85 South
Yeah.
show, and it starts off as a three man individual comedy show. DC Young Fly was in the early stages. That's what he was learning, how to be a comedian.
Yeah.
That's what he wants to do, stand up. He does stand up now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not taking anything away from his brand of comedy, but like, you know what I'm saying? You can look. It's hard pressed to look at it. Somebody points it out like that. You can't unsee it once you see it. Like, yeah, that is kind of his MO. Like, he's the class clown type. You know what I'm saying? And the class clown is a type of comedy. Not saying that it's better or worse, but then when somebody comes to like, man, oh, you just got a bunch of dick jokes. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, nah, because that's what you do. Okay, yeah. Well, I could be funny, and I ain't got to say that infantile shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm an adult. You saying you're an adult? That's Brady was saying. That's what Charles White was saying. That, you know what I'm saying, you shucking and jiving, kind of, you got.
Man, you know how fire to be if we, and I don't want to just only put it on our black community, but you know how fire to be if we actually came together as a community and just pulled each other up opposed to always having to compare and, point out, oh, I did this and you did that. I do it better than you and I ain't have to do this. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the conversation didn't start, like I said, it wasn't him coming out saying I'm better than you. It was saying that because he was one of the people that took his content down. That's why he was talking to the people like, y'all were taking my content down because y'all didn't like what I said about XYZ. And so y'all was hating on me like I got the biggest, y'all taking my content now, even hurting yourself because I got the biggest numbers on y'all show. But instead, to spite me, to prove to me that y'all don't, y'all take it down.
They took it down because they didn't rock what somebody did, right?
I think he said something about T.I. He said something about T.I. son.
So they ain't rock with something that he did, so they took it down.
But then, but once again, we don't know if it was, because we don't know as the audience if it was because Viacom or whoever the T.I., if they're partners with them, and it's like basically T.I. said, look what he did to my son, and they start like kind of pulling his stuff. And it can segue to a conversation about ownership in the spaces. Like, I was talking to somebody about Cat Williams, and it's like, man, it's neat how Cat Williams doesn't have to be like, you don't see him he ever had to compromise himself for any roles. Because he's independent. He's more of an independent artist. Whereas, other comedians end up doing things like, man, why are you doing this? Like, this seems like it's kind of weird. Like, this is not really in his wheelhouse. But Cat Williams can like do whatever. And being in the independent space, is that more important than being famous? Or being, the top star?
It depends on that person, what their goal and aspiration is. You'll have someone whose goal is, I want to be the best comedian or best entertainer that I want to be, and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. I want to go the independent route. I want to be able to control everything I do.
Yeah.
And you have some people who, their main goal might be, I want to be the biggest.
Yeah.
So whatever I got to do to be the biggest, I'm going to do that to be the biggest. And, it also depends on someone's said morality. Some people have different, people have different moral compasses. Something that is, I draw the line there morally for me, to somebody else, that ain't where my line is drawn at. So they're willing to do some things that I'm not, or that person's not willing to do. So it all depends what you want to be. Same thing with music, what I'm saying? Somebody might want to be, look, I want to be I want to be a dope artist, but I want to stay independent. I want to own all my masters or all of that stuff. And I'm cool with going ghetto gold, but getting $6 a CD back then. And then somebody wants to be I want to be a world famous entertainer. And I'm cool with going down and getting 2 cents a CD, but they know me in the Philippines. So it all depends on what your goals and aspirations are and what you're willing to do and willing not to do.
Yeah, I see it. I can see it. I mean, yeah, but Yeah. But what do you think? What is your line? How much can they pay you to be like, man, we need you to never talk about Obama? How much would they have to pay you to do that?
If they told me I could never like have any commentary about Barack Obama,
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on how I feel about it. I don't feel. If you're asking me personally, I don't have a feeling about it. Talking about Barack Obama, positive or negative, in any aspect of it. So if you told me, "Hey man, you can have this job as long as you don't say nothing about Barack," all right, I'll talk about Barack anyway. Now, if you're asking now, if it's something, now if you're telling me this because I am a known Barack Obama supporter, I'm 10 toes down, I ride with the cause, and you're only telling me this because you don't want me to say anything because you're on the other line.
Yeah.
Well, nah, I can't take this job with you, sir, because that's not the line I stand on. I stand with, Barack Obama. I'm going to say something positive. I'm going to have some positive commentary. I'm going to talk about things that he's doing initiative-wise. So, yeah, I can't take this position.
So if Barack Obama comes out tomorrow and says, man, black people need to come together, and I'm going to do everything I want, everything in my power to get black folks to come together. And his job said, man, you can't talk about Obama. Even that. Would you be okay with that?
I think I answered the question already.
So you're saying that, that's interesting.
If my line is that's my position, I'm going to stick to it.
No, I'm saying.
You asked me personally because I said I don't have an opinion on Barack either way.
Yeah.
And Barack Obama tomorrow can say, I'm doing.
Yeah.
Say what it say it again.
I'm doing everything in my power to unite black people, and that's what I'm on. So whatever you need, anything that's helping black people, I'm with that. So, but you can't. But your job say you can't talk about that.
Where's my job? What am I doing?
Whatever you want to do, you.
My job. So I can't come to work and talk about Barack Obama.
No, your job is potting. That's your job. You're potting.
And I can't pot about Barack Obama.
You can't talk about Barack Obama.
No, I can't do it because my job is to pot about current events and being a black man in America. If Barack Obama comes out with an initiative that big, as a black podcaster, I need to speak about that. So if the network that I am podcasting on is anti-Barack and tells me I can't talk about it, then I'm going to have to take my talents to South Beach
It's
or
not a
another
price.
beach that's not theirs.
It's not a price they can pay you to make you not talk about Barack Obama.
At that point, I probably got enough bread in my pocket. I can
No,
go
I'm
do it
talking about
independent.
we're not talking about if you got enough bread. I'm saying if you're this next month, they come and say, man, we like y'all pod, man. We want to give y'all $50 million, but you can't never talk about Barack Obama. We want to give you $50 million a year for the next 10.
We'd have to have a conversation. I would have to ask them why I can't talk about Barack Obama.
So there's the reason why. I mean, I get you.
I know that's a legit question I would ask. Why I can't talk about Barack? What Barack do? Well, you want to give me $50 million for the next 10, but I can't talk about Barack. And if my podcast, in my mind, I'm thinking this.
Yeah.
And if my podcast is that hot, where you're willing to give me $50 million for the next 10,
Yeah.
I'll go get the $50 million somewhere else. Because
No, I was at East.
if you're asking me personally,
Yeah.
then regardless of who it is, if my podcast, if my content, if our talent is that strong, where you want to give me and you $50 million for the next 10,
Yeah.
and you saying, hey man, I'm gonna give you this $50 million, but you can't talk about Barack. I'm like, thank you, but no thank you, because I can go get it somewhere else.
Let me show you how that's. Let me give you an example of one way that failed horribly. There was a young man from Germany. He was offered a 3-year, $120 million deal to play with the Lakers.
That's different, but go ahead though.
But watch this. He's like, man, you know what? I don't want that money, man. If you gonna pay me that, I know I can go to open market and get that same deal. And he ended up getting 1 year, 1.7 from the Rockets.
You got to know your worth though.
That guy's name. What you mean? He got offered. He got offered 3 years, $60 million.
It's a difference though.
What's the difference?
I'm gonna tell you the difference.
How?
So, in this in this example, their young man should have known that to LA, and you got to know this too, to the Lakers, he was worth the 3 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
But anywhere else, Mr. Strider, however you say his name,
Yeah.
he might not have been worth 3 years, $100 million. Now, also,
That's the world champion.
listen, also he's playing basketball.
This is the world champion.
Listen, he's
Yeah.
playing basketball.
Yeah.
So if I'm a podcaster
Yeah.
and I'm worth $50 million for 10 years with you,
Yeah.
I probably can go get half of that on my own, or I can go get some bread. It might not be the 50 mil 10 years. Let's say I go somewhere else and get 20 mil for 5 years, but I'm not censored over there.
I mean, I that's a possibility, but I'm saying that
If I can get 50 years, 10 mil from you, and you trying to censor me, I can go somewhere else and get some M's and not be censored. It might not be the same 50 for 10.
yeah.
I can go somewhere else and get some M's, or I can keep doing it on my own and get my own M's and not be censored. So it's always, even with the Darren Schroeder situation, whatever the boy name is,
Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder, even with him,
Yeah.
it ain't like he said no to the 3 years, $100 million and didn't get no more M's. He went somewhere else and got paid, and he's still getting paid.
He lost hundreds of millions of dollars.
He may have lost hundreds of millions of dollars, but maybe it's something morally he didn't lose. So in our example, I might not have got the 50 mil 10. I went and got 15 mil for 3, but I went and got my 15 mil with 3, and I also kept my morality and my dignity, and I'm not censored.
But I mean, so
So would you have taken the 50 mil for 10 to not say anything about Barack?
nah, because I'd have reneged some. I'm not saying now because I'm righteous or I'm too strong willed. I'm saying now because I would have reneged at some point and said something about Barack. I took the money and said I wasn't gonna do it, but for sure I'd have done it at some point.
So why take the money? I know because
Take the
I'm
money.
looking at
That's why.
But you're gonna void your contract. So and how I'm looking at it is this.
So?
No, it's not a so. Because I'm looking at it like this. If I take the 50 mil for 10 and I agree to being sensitive about Barack, what else are you gonna try to censor me down the line?
I mean, that's the conversation
So
you have with anybody.
no, I'm keeping it a buck. What else are you gonna try? How else are you gonna try to censor me? Because at that point, I have a price that I have a price of. Well, shit, he won't do this for that. So maybe we throw a couple more dollars. He'll stop saying this about somebody else.
Yeah,
Or he
but-
might stop pushing this line about this. So
Do you think that's Kanye?
I don't know. I don't know anything about. I don't know.
I'm saying, do you think that Kanye took all those deals where he was subservient or where he, didn't have XYZ to be in a place where shit now I didn't play the game enough and got enough M's to where if y'all take me down from 6 billion to 400 million, so what?
I don't know. Because we're talking about.
That's the same concept. I mean, saying that I can't be sensitive.
We're talking about signing a deal from jump, saying you can't do this and I'll give you the 50 mil.
Yeah.
Opposed to I signed a deal, and as years have went by, and we've progressed and said deals, all of a sudden I came out and spoke out about this, and because I spoke out about that, now I'm losing deals. I don't know that there was like a clause that says, hey, Kanye, if you say something about Jewish people or Hitler, you're gonna lose your Yeezy deal. I don't know if that was in the
There's a
paperwork.
clause in every paperwork that has,
But not that, though.
Hold up, but it says, but it's not specific to if you say this thing, but it's specific to say if you do things just like NFL, if you do anything to
Against the shield.
against the shield.
But we're moving the goalposts. You asked a specific question.
There's the same clause in a person's contract that's doing something with Adidas that says if you do XYZ, that's XYZ, we can terminate the contract.
I don't know what's in the contract. I'm only answering a specific
But
question about what.
how can you be say you say maybes and what ifs, but then when I ask you a question, it's like, well, I don't know the contract.
What
you had
maybe?
maybes and what ifs in your answer too. I'm not saying
What
I'm
are you
not trying to
talking
corner
about?
you.
I didn't. Because I thought we were talking about a specific.
Yeah.
That I can't speak about Barack. I said, well, I'm not going to take the deal.
Yeah.
Because of how I feel about that. And I
you
said,
said
in my,
maybe?
I said in my mind.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, well, if they said that about Barack, well, what else are they going to say down the line?
Yeah.
That's another reason why I wouldn't take the deal, because essentially you're trying to censor me.
But I'm saying that
That's different from if we take the deal and you spoke nothing about any censorship, and then 3 years into the deal, I say something flagrant about a race and y'all don't like it, so y'all drop me.
But
that's different.
No, what I'm saying is the similarity is that what I'm saying is that if we're saying that we don't believe that there's any clause in a contract of that size that doesn't have any language about defamation of Adidas or making the Adidas brand look something.
I didn't say that though.
I didn't say that, but if we insinuate that we're being foolish, bro.
I didn't insinuate that
Yes, you
either.
did. Because
No, I didn't.
okay, then so you think there was no clause in his contract that said he couldn't say crazy shit?
I literally said I don't know what's in the clause.
Of course you don't know, but I'm asking you: do you have a feeling that in his contract there was some wording in that contract that disallowed him from doing things that degrade Adidas?
I'm pretty sure there was some clause in it because they were able to get out the contract.
Exactly. So if we agree on that part, then that's not far fetched to say that in our contract, why would we wouldn't have the same clause in our contract if we say, well, you can't talk about Barack Obama, we're gonna sign. Okay, we're gonna be open ended about this, letting you censor us on one thing and be like, we'll see about something else in the future. Of course, we're gonna be like, well, yeah, this is the only thing we can't talk about.
I mean,
that's
I'm pretty sure if I'm a podcaster and I sign a deal with iHeart, there's language in the contract that says I can't say detrimental things about certain groups or about iHeart or about something. I understand that. Like, I would assume that we knew that was common sense.
Then what? Then
we were talking
again.
strictly. No,
so how can you come after that and then say
no?
That
I said
what's it gonna assist me in the future?
What do you said it one more time?
So if we understand that there's gonna be language in the contract that says that we can't defame them.
Yeah.
So you think we're gonna sign this contract that says we can't talk about Barack Obama, and this is all hypothetical, but if you come to me and say, here, $50 million 10 years, the only stipulation is you can't talk about Barack, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna be like, okay, and sign it, and not have a flip side. Okay, well, is everything else on the table as we sign this contract? Like, we're not gonna. I'm saying if we're gonna be logical, we're gonna be logical. We're not gonna say, oh, I ain't gonna sign it because they might try something else in the future. Like, if you gonna put that in my contract,
I literally said, if the language was specifically about Barack, I wouldn't sign it. I said that. Now you said you would sign it, but you said you would sign it knowing that you probably would say something about Barack in the future. Mm-hmm. I'm saying I'm not going to sign it because that language is in there saying I can't say anything specifically about Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. I will sign a contract that says, you know what, I'm not going to say anything flagrant about a certain race of people or whatever, or just, I'm not gonna say anything racist or sexist or whatever. Cool, I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. What I said was, well, I won't sign a deal saying I can't say anything specifically about Barack.
yeah,
Because also my mind state is, well, what if down the line they say, well, you know what, y'all can't say anything about the empowerment of black people, period. So that's in the back of my mind. If you're gonna censor me about that, well, what else are you gonna censor me on? I get it. Like,
but hold up, I'm gonna go back to what you said again about saying stuff racist and sexist, right?
Yeah.
So you would be okay with them? You would be okay with them saying like, well, you can't say anything sexist against blah 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 or racist or what's called. You'll be okay with that?
Would I be okay if I signed a contract that said I can't say anything detrimental about a group of people?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm not trying to be on here and be racist and shit like that.
But what if a group of people does something, and it's like what if Al Qaeda says, "Hey, we Al Qaeda and we did this," and I can't be on here like, man, Al Qaeda tripping, man. Or Al Qaeda, man, they've created a culture of killing people. I can't say anything detrimental about them because they're a group of people, because if Al Qaeda person say, man, you're being racist, not all Al Qaeda like that, and they'll be like, well, not. I say there are some. I'm talking about some. I'm being devil's advocate kind of here. I
I think Al Qaeda would be the wrong example. You probably should say maybe if someone of the Catholic faith had a mishap with a kid, would I be able to come on a podcast talk about it? I probably would sit down with whatever execs or program managers or whatever it is within, let's say if it's iHeart that we're signed to, and say, hey man, this current event happened, the other day. We're finna go on the pod and talk about it. How can we talk about this? I would do that.
And they say, nah, we can't talk about Catholics.
I signed a contract.
See what I'm saying?
But I signed a contract.
Yeah. But then if I'm saying like, and so this is, I'm not talking about you. I'm just asking questions, trying to figure it out as we go. Like, the thing about contracts and the thing about contractual obligations is that the people who write them are normally conniving people. And the people who write them are normally people who have ulterior motives, right? And so, and I'm not saying that out of I'm not guessing about that. I'm saying that out of experience and out of seeing what contracts have been used to do to people. You know what I'm saying? Over time, over history, like this. You wrote this contract. You enslaved. You were indentured slave, or you owe this money to these people because all these contracts are written a certain way. They're not written in layman's terms for a reason. They're written a certain way to try to ironclad and shut things and put you in a corner to, that's why you have lawyers come in and look at the contracts and, this right here, these words right here, and like this, you know what I'm saying? And we're trying, and so.
That's why you should have a lawyer, and before you sign any deal, you have the lawyers looking at the contract. And you have to make sure that when you're signing the contract, you're signing a contract that's favorable to you, and the other party is going to make sure it's favorable to them. You got to find a middle ground. So
and that's the thing.
Part of said middle ground can be, I can't say flagrant shit about a race of people. So at that point, I got to say, all right, well, can I live with not being able to say something flagrant about a race of people? If I can't live with that, then I can't sign with you. I'll keep doing it independently where I can say what the fuck I want to say.
Yeah, that's just unique, man. Because I'm like, if you think about like, it can't be like even there's not. I mean, there's some instances where people are where people have equal leverage, right? Where I guess we have visitors.
So, do you believe in any contracts?
No, I don't believe contracts. I'm just saying that the contract is like, there's very few times you go into a contract where both parties have equal leverage, right? And like, even if we don't have equal leverage with any company, any Spotify or what. So it's like,
Well, we shouldn't, because some of it is we ain't putting our money up. They putting their money up.
That's what I'm saying. And the only leverage you really have is trying to go to somebody else to say, well, if y'all don't want to give it to us, we'll go over here and get it. It might not be as much as yours, but we can get over there. But they have the leverage to be like, man, we can buy them, bro. We can just go buy them and put you off. Or we can just collude with them and be like, man, they said no to us, so don't say no to them too. You know what I'm saying? That's prominent. I was listening to ARP talk about that's what Smack did to him, or what was doing to him, where he was paying battlers not to battle in his league. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll sign a contract to do a big name show, a Gnome or something like that, but on the contract it'd be like, here's an extra 18 or 20,000 to not battle over there, which is, it's like, I don't know, they have laws against that.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there's no fuck shit. And most of the times contracts aren't favorable to you. Like, prime example, I think if I'm a news anchor for Channel 13, I got to sign a clause, a no compete contract when I start. So when I leave, if I choose to quit, I have to stay off air for X amount of months before I can get back on, simply because, I could be a bomb ass, fire ass news anchor and I can take my viewership somewhere else if I leave on Tuesday and I'm on TV on Friday. So, it's not favorable to the anchor. Channel 13 still gonna get their bread when they roll somebody else in, And if they choose to fire me, they can fire me. They ain't got to give me 6 months notice that I'm gonna fire you. So, I get it though. Question though, man. This is gonna be the last topic. We're gonna be out. I have a question for you. I'm interviewing young James Boogie. Interviewing young James Boogie. James Boogie, talk to us. Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
Got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
All right, so listen to the whole sentence first, and then I want you to give your rebuttal.
No. Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you how. I'm not gonna tell you how to respond because I know you think I try to tell you how to respond. My question is twofold. Mm-hmm. All right. So, first part of my question will be. No, I'm just gonna read it, and then I'm gonna ask you to explain what it was about. Mm-hmm. So, you made a post, and your post stated this: fake outrage. Mm-hmm. We've seen players hit so hard that they went into convulsions and the game went on. Mm-hmm. These millennials are quick to pretend as if the world just started in 2000. Mm-hmm. Tell me what was your main point of the post?
My main point of the post is like people be getting mad about stuff that they saw last week, just in a different way. Like people are clout chasers or like chasers or heart chasers, right? Like
All right, cool. Stop right there. When you say people are clout chasers, are you speaking of, because you kind of pointed out a specific group, which was the millennials.
Yeah.
So are you speaking of the millennials? Are you saying they're kind of like clout chasers with the fake outrage?
I'm saying that to an extent, like it's always a new thing to I mean, in my opinion, to me, it's like it's always some new thing that, oh man, this is the most important thing in the world because I saw it today.
All right, cool. Let me stop again.
Yeah.
Now, what was so clout chasey about this event?
That this when this same thing happened in the same stadium, well, not the same thing, but something so similar to this happened a month ago, they was like, oh man.
All right, stop.
Yeah.
What happened a month ago?
A person got hit and went to start the season.
You talking about Tua Tagovailoa? How you say that again?
Tua.
All right, I'm assuming he's playing the Bengals.
Yeah.
So Tua got hit when he was playing the Bengals.
Tua got his head slammed to the ground.
Tua got hit. His
Yeah.
head hit the ground, and he did the gang sign seizures.
Yes.
All right, then he got up.
No.
He got up and walked out on his power, right?
No.
What did they do?
He was taken off on a cart.
Didn't he come back though?
No. Well, I don't know if he came back, but no, he didn't. He went to the hospital.
But they knew he was live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew he was live.
Well,
Like,
I mean, they
Yeah, knew he was responsive.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't think this is slightly different?
What you mean?
You don't think this is different?
Do I think the severity is bigger?
I'm just saying. Do you think this was different?
Why? No.
No, I'm asking.
No, I don't.
So you don't think that Tua having a concussion and being responsive and his vitals were fine is different from someone who medically died on the field? They had to resuscitate them and essentially had to cart them off in an ambulance, and teammates, fans, no one truly knew the state of this young man. You don't think those two things are different?
No.
Okay, cool.
You know why?
You don't have to explain why, because I'm not there yet. No, I have another question. I'm not there yet. I'm not knocking what I'm not debating your
okay,
statement.
no, but I'm saying like
I just have another question. I'm not debating your statement.
No, what I'm saying is like if we're having a conversation and all I can say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Then,
I'm gonna let you. I want you to expound. I just wasn't done.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but keep going.
Well, just expound. You sound like you want.
I don't want to expound. I'm just saying that when it comes to, when it's yes, no questions, and now it's like it's lead. It's if you were in a court, I feel like they'd be like you're leading the witness. But keep going. I'm gonna let you cook, man. Go ahead.
I'm done. Go ahead. You can go. The floor is yours.
The difference in severity is there. Yes, there's a difference in severity, but I'm saying that because the average person will assume that because he was seasoned or whatever, he was just seasoned. He's back, but in actuality, that's when he was starting to die right there. People do that and die right afterwards. After they do that, they die. That's a brain injury. Their brain cuts off. Oxygen stops to the brain. They die after that.
So again,
so I'm saying people don't know. People don't think in their head right away he's dying.
again, I understand what you're saying. Again, I understand what you're saying. I think some of these same people that you said had the fake outrage were some of the same people standing up championing the fact that this kid does not need to play another snap this season.
Who?
In Tua, because of the injury he had.
How can you say that?
Can I finish?
Yeah.
Because of the injury he had the week before, which was a similar energy when it came to concussions. And the fact that we know more now about concussions and CTE in 2022 than we did in 1992. We know the severity of said injury. A lot of people, professionals, analysts, fans, were saying this guy doesn't need to play another snap this year, this season. Okay? So the severity was there. I think the difference is you have a guy, once he stopped seizing, his vitals were okay, and he was responsive. That's one thing. They finished the game. It's different when you have someone who...
I'm not sure if...
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
It's different when you have someone who clinically died on the field. They had to resuscitate him.
Yeah.
Couldn't breathe on his own.
Yeah.
Was non-responsive.
Yeah.
No one knew if this kid was alive or dead in the back of that ambulance. I think there's a difference.
There's no difference. No, it
is a difference.
No, why it's no difference, bro? Because to me, why it's no difference? Because him dying on the field, or me seeing somebody get their leg snapped in half, or me seeing somebody get hit in their neck and their leg stop moving, bro. Don't nobody want to play after that, man. And none of them instances, when them Louisville players saw that player in front of him in the NCAA finals in Houston break his leg in half right in front of the bench, you think they want to play after that? You think I want to play some basketball after that? When Joe Theismann whole leg turned around in a circle, when the dude from the Eagles got hit in the neck and leg stopped moving, and he stopped moving. When Tua hit the ground, like, who wants to play? So what I'm saying is, your outrage is valid and it's true, because I'm not saying that my commentary had nothing to do with him. It's the people who were like, oh my God, why are you not oh my God, and from all these other things which are equally as traumatic. And what I'm saying is, what makes it colder to me is that people are like, oh man, the game gotta go on. Like, man, what sane individual would see a person's leg snapped in half or a person's ankle pointing the wrong way? Well, people are crying over, this is not even a death. This is people crying over the injury because it's so gruesome. And now you want to go out and play some more and nobody says a word.
I've seen someone's ankle break where their foot was just... How you do that shit?
Yeah, when it's turned the wrong way.
Yeah, I seen that shit on the football field, and I went out for the next snap.
What I'm saying is, who wants to play after that? That's you conditioned. That's not normal.
I think it's different when. Again, I think it's different when first off, the NFL didn't cancel the game.
I know.
Off the rip, the NFL didn't stop the game.
I know.
The players from both sides stopped the game.
I know.
So those players from both sides looked at a situation that they never saw before.
Yeah.
Shannon Sharp even got on TV and said, out of all of his years of playing the sport, he never saw anyone actually die on the field, like and have to be resuscitated. The closest he even saw was his own brother, Sterling Sharp,
hitting the ground,
being paralyzed momentarily on the ground, and then regaining consciousness and being able to move. So to someone like Shannon Sharp who saw that and was like, damn, no, we can't finish this game. I think that shows the severity of the situation. Now, I understand I kind of understand what you were trying to say. I think where your point got lost in the post is fake outrage and then calling out a certain group of the people. Yeah, I can't say it's fake outrage because we know more about CTE, other things, in 2023 than we knew, like I said, in 1992. I can't call it fake outrage. It's more information. We have more information now. So
okay, exactly. Outrage. So how come when Tua went and seized, and we knowing everything we know about CTE, and he went out and played under knowing he skipped the part he won't put playing again. He played again. Okay, whatever.
No, he played like the next week.
No, he ain't played since.
What you mean? Tua been playing.
Tua ain't played. So what you talking about?
Tua played after that.
Tua ain't played since, man.
That's not true. That's not a true statement.
We'll look at that. Tua ain't played since.
It's not a true statement at all.
When did he play again?
Tua just played.
Not last week.
You know when that happened? That happened at the beginning of the season.
That happened in week 6.
Tua has played since then.
He played one game, I believe, maybe 2. But anyway,
Tua
regardless.
has played since then.
Okay, but
He played the next week. The whole thing was they were like, how the hell did he? Because Tua had 2 concussions back to back, and they were like, this is crazy. The Dolphins need, if something happens to this dude long term, the Dolphins need to be held responsible.
Mm-hmm.
How could he clear concussion protocol that quick? Whatever happened with Tua and his concussions, it happened back to back. And Tua has played since he threw up the gang signs on the ground. I ain't trying to be funny. Tua has played since that game. There were people advocating that Tua shouldn't play for the rest of the season. Tua has played since then. Tua had back-to-back concussions.
Okay, so making my point even further, he's had back-to-back concussions. We have information. We know what CT is. We know what concussions do. All this. We see him. Did you see the play when he got hit?
Yeah.
You saw the play where he's spun around, his head is slammed to the ground.
Saw everything.
Yeah, and he starts.
In both concussion incidents, he hit his head on the ground.
Yeah, he slams to the ground. He starts seizing. The information that we know, we should be hella concerned, right?
Tua,
But
if I was the coach, Tua wouldn't have played another snap.
Okay, that's cool too. I'm talking about we know on the field. Everybody on the field knows his history of injury from the week before.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what CTE and all these ramifications of why they say you shouldn't play, because you could die if you get hit in the head again, right?
Sure.
We see him going through the first stages of dying on the field.
Okay.
But you're saying, well, he was responsive. He was responsible. But we saw him dying. My point is,
I'm not saying anything.
My point is this: if that's not something to stop the game for, then how? If we see that and there wasn't a outrage to stop that game, right? So what I'm saying is, how the level of morality, to me, completely is associated to what I see. So if I see something, and if I see something that's something like this, I understand. Yeah, I never said anything about. I never even said the dude's name. I never. In fact, once
You
again,
don't have to say the guy's name.
But once
We know
again,
who's
but I
talking
didn't refer. I didn't even refer.
You don't have to. We know exactly what you're talking
But I
about.
didn't even refer to that situation. I said I didn't. In fact, people assumed that I was saying the game should go on. I'm like, I don't understand. What is the line to stop the game? Because once again, like I said, this action that could kill somebody has happened before, and it happened in the same stadium a month ago, right? And people weren't, oh my God. But now it's, oh my God, because the severity increased. And I understand that part of it, but do people understand the part where it's like, shit, what you thought was going to happen?
Let me ask you a question. Who was that collapsed on the basketball court
Hank
years
Gathers.
ago? Not Hank Gathers. Somebody else. A couple of people have collapsed actually.
It's people died on the basketball court too.
They have.
Yeah.
Did the game go on?
Some did, some didn't.
All right. The ones that didn't go on, why did they not go on?
I'm sorry. Okay. Let me think.
Because I'm not sure. I don't know if the games went on or not.
I know for sure the Hank Gathers game didn't go on.
Yeah. And it shouldn't have. If
Yeah.
someone died on the court, it shouldn't have went on.
Yeah, I'm also saying that what I'm saying is that
Same thing with the hockey player who got hit with the hockey puck in the most perfect spot in his chest.
yeah.
And he tried to skate off and collapsed. Mm-hmm. Same situation, same way.
Did the game stop?
He got resuscitated and got back up. Or they put him on a gurney, but he was responsive.
Yeah.
Game went on. Well, the difference is these players didn't know if this guy was alive or dead when he left in that ambulance. And I
But
think
it's been time for people who have left off the field unresponsive that left off the field. It's been plenty of times.
games have been postponed. Honestly, games have been postponed, and then they have started again, and players knew said person was responsive, so they started the game again.
Oh.
All I'm saying is, I think that you should have been a little bit more descriptive in the post to say what you truly meant, because the post kind of was left for interpretation, for people to interpret, your intentions. Because I read through the comments and some people had valid points. I don't think that your true intentions were represented correctly in your post. I think you could have, from talking to you now, you may have could have worded it differently to have better representation of what you were saying. I don't agree with the attacking of the millennials or saying it's fake outrage. I don't think it's fake outrage. I think people have more information now than they did then. So some people truly are concerned, and it's not outrage. That's what I think. That's what I truly think. I don't think it's fake outrage.
What I'm saying is, once again, like I said, to me, what constitutes fake to me is when nobody's looking, what do? Something that's real is gonna be the same whether somebody's looking or not. Whether somebody's watching me or not, I'm doing this thing. I'm not, when they turn their back, I'm not doing something different. So what I'm saying is, when the camera's on things, and this is a newer thing, I would agree. I would not agree. I would say that the internet has a lot to do with it. Once I see it, now it's prominent. Once I don't see it, or if I don't see it, I don't have a concern about it. It could be happening. We could be seeing the repercussions of it, all these things, but we're like, like every aspect of something isn't about the visual. Sometimes it's like these things need to be stopped, or these things need to be taken care of, or we need to handle this thing better. Once again, if it's about saying that the players, it's been plenty of times when players lift off the field unresponsive, and they start the game back up. He's going to the hospital with rich prayers for him. They keep playing. NFL I'm talking about. There's been times in high school, in college games, where players been left unresponsive. Not unresponsive, but not moving. It's been paralyzed players, bro, so they couldn't do nothing.
A paralyzed player is different from a guy who might be dead.
I'm
paralyzed, but I'm responsive. I'm responding to EMTs. I'm responding to players and coaches as I'm carted off the field. It's totally different from me being put in the back of an ambulance and no one knows if I'm alive or not.
What I'm saying is this. So as a player, and I see a person can't move their fingers and toes, then I'm supposed to leave that space to come back and play football.
I'm probably not totally leaving that space into the next snaps, but we playing football.
So why should I keep playing?
Because I'm a professional.
But what I'm saying is, this is beyond the scope of this. If that's what I'm saying about the outrage. Like, I'm not saying that the game should have went on. I'm saying that if you're gonna stand for something, you can't just stand. Not you, but it's not. We get into these conversations or these spaces as a culture when things happen, and we reactionary.
So
we're reactionary.
Let's keep it here.
Yeah.
What is the fake outrage? What am I not standing for normally that I'm standing for with this?
Because what I'm saying is, when we saw Tua going through this situation last week, the game went on. And it's been times and times again, arguing to me, making the point of the severity of the injury is nothing. I'm not talking about that. They can talk. If I keep saying, I repeated it, I was like, you guys are making an argument that I'm not making. I'm not arguing the severity of the situation. And if you focus on the severity of the situation, then you're never going to hear what I'm saying.
What are you arguing?
I'm saying that this situation is just as severe as the guy who's paralyzed. So why, if you're okay with this guy getting paralyzed and we still play, then when this guy falls down, when this guy goes unresponsive and we don't play, how could you act like, oh man, how they waiting their time? Like you were okay with this guy? That's that same trauma of being paralyzed. If I'm a lineman and I see a lineman go down and get paralyzed, my mind is fucked up. This game should end.
Let me ask you a question.
What?
We in the workplace.
Yeah.
Judy falls down the stairs and tears her ACL and breaks her foot.
Tears her ACL? Nah, I gotta be something gruesome, bro.
Listen, I just told you. You didn't hear what I said.
Okay, go ahead.
Judy falls down the stairs.
Yeah.
Tears her ACL.
Yeah.
And breaks her foot.
Yeah.
Foot is sideways.
Yeah.
Twisted to the back.
Yeah, what are we working at?
We working at I don't know. We working at some professional building in Greenway Plaza.
Yeah.
Everybody going home for the day?
In some instances, yeah.
Nah, fuck no.
In some instances, yeah.
Nah, man, we're gonna wish Judy well. We're gonna make sure Judy get into the ambulance. We're gonna make sure Judy's family knows what's going on. I might send an associate with Judy
to
make sure Judy is taken care of. Everybody else, we're going back to our desk and we're gonna finish our work for the day.
That's
Now,
in some
now,
instances.
no, listen,
yeah.
listen. No,
Yeah.
in most instances. Now,
All right, but how can you keep? How can you say? How,
okay, you're right. In some instances, I'll roll with you on that. But now,
Yeah.
if Judy falls down the stairs, breaks her neck, and dies,
Yeah.
we going home for the day.
But what I'm saying, if Judy
We're
fall,
stopping work. We're going home for the day.
if Judy down the stairs and gets paralyzed, we going home for the day.
If Judy falls down the stairs, gets paralyzed, she hops in the thing. I'm sending an associate with her. I make sure all of her family knows, and we all gonna keep moving. We're gonna keep Judy in our prayers.
No, we're going home for the day, man. Why the fuck?
No, we're not going home for the
Check
day.
us out. Watch this.
We're not going. If I'm the supervisor,
Yeah, yeah.
we're not going home for the day.
And what I'm saying is, if I'm with the players union or the union, I'm like, man, somebody just got paralyzed at the job, man. Perfect example. If we had a plant and somebody loses an arm, we shut the plant down for the day. Everybody go home. That's why I got safety in them there.
Oh, thank you. I'm the safety officer.
That's why.
Can I answer the question?
Go ahead.
If we're at a plant,
Yeah.
someone loses their arm in that plant,
Yeah.
that section of the plant
Goes home.
Listen, that section of the plant is closed down.
Yeah.
Work is stopped to make sure everything is safe.
Yeah.
Once work is stopped and
Yeah.
everything is safe,
Yeah.
then we keep moving on. Now that section of the plant might be closed for investigation, but those other 5 sections of the plant,
Yeah.
business as usual.
So what I'm saying is, if we in the section of the plant and it's 8 of us here, we see Harold go in that thing leg first and get his 2 legs chopped off. He's bleeding. There's blood everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Or let's say it's a clean cut. Boom, both his legs come off. It's no blood. It's no. It came out the machine. Whatever. Is no investment. It's clean cut. We saw what happened. It fell. Legs cut off. He ain't got no legs. And I'm saying is
Them 8 people that saw it,
it's going home.
listen, them 8 people that saw it, we
Yeah.
have counseling. If you need to leave, you can leave. If you need to take some time, take some time. Yes, those 8 people that saw it.
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, I'm like, fuck this business.
Now,
Whatever
time
business
out,
it
time
is.
out. If
Yeah.
Harold goes, slips and falls, and breaks his leg in 5 places,
Yeah.
and his foot is facing his butt,
Yeah.
we ain't stopping. We're going to make sure everything is safe. I ain't necessarily sending you home unless I have to stop work for the investigation and no one can work. Then I'm sending you home.
But I'm saying I'm
so it's a difference. There's no way that we can sit here and try to describe.
no. I'm saying
There is a difference in between the injuries that happen. So
listen what I'm saying,
That's
though.
that one piece.
what I'm saying is this: your perspective is coming from the perspective of
Oh, here we go. Okay.
what you mean. Here we go.
listening.
You keep saying that.
I'm listening.
You keep saying that we're gonna keep working, and I'm saying like, man, fuck this work. Whatever. It don't matter what work this is, unless we a hospital. Unless we a place that deals with this kind of injuries with a regular and expected, if it's not an expected thing in this job, fuck this job. This job, if this job becomes so important that we can't be personable and people saw near death experiences or near death and we like, well shit, we keep working. How the fuck anybody in the plant gonna feel as if they're worth anything but time?
Now let's talk about the nature of the job. If the nature of our job is a contact sport, is a combat sport,
Yeah.
some of these things are whether we want to be honest with you, some of these things are just normal hazards of the job. It's a normal hazard if I'm an NFL player,
Yeah.
if I'm an MLB player, if I'm a soccer player, if I'm a hockey player,
Okay.
a concussion, getting my throat sliced with a skate, tearing my ACL, breaking my leg in 8 places and damn near bleeding out. All these things are normal hazards of said job that I'm performing.
So that's not a hazard of your job in NFL?
In the NFL, dying on the field,
It's not a hazard, not a potential hazard?
it's not a normal hazard.
I didn't say it's not normal. I said it's a potential
Of
hazard.
course,
So
yes.
if it's a potential
It is-
hazard,
it's a potential hazard.
so,
Sure it is.
So every player on the field knows there's a chance that something I could die on this field.
Every
They
player
knew that from
every player on that field, when they put that helmet on, knows that they can potentially die entertaining people playing football.
Exactly.
With that being said,
and they've known that since they started playing football.
I don't know if they've known that. I didn't know
They've-
that when I first started playing
Well,
football.
we've
I ain't
been-
gonna lie to you. I ain't know that.
I was told young, don't do that, you'll break your neck, or don't do that, you can,
Oh, of course.
you
Yeah,
can break
of
your neck.
course. That's why you taught certain techniques.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is now we're going to the furthest part to the end, saying that what you just said, that this is not an abnormal occurrence. It's not a surprise that this might happen.
No, this was.
But you know it could happen, right?
But yeah,
We don't
but that's
expect it
with
to
anything,
happen.
though.
Like I don't think I'm gonna die at Quickie Mart.
With anything, I know that I have the potential to die every time I get in my car.
Come on,
So that's not a truth.
Not-
I'm asking you.
not
I'm
the
asking
same.
you. I'm asking you. Is that a truth? Yes
That's
or
the
no?
same.
Is it a truth?
No, it's not the same.
So all right, let me take it a step further.
Yeah, make it.
If I am
match.
a NASCAR, it matches anyway. So
It doesn't match,
What time
man.
out? It matches. So don't try to
Not
make it
at
seem
all,
like that,
bro.
Whoa, time out. Don't do that.
Time out.
Don't do that. Don't
Not
do that.
arguing, but what I'm
Don't do
saying.
that. You
hold
are
up.
arguing.
No,
but don't do
that's
that.
what I'm saying. You comparing getting in your
All right,
car.
let me finish.
Go
Let me
ahead.
finish. If I'm a NASCAR driver,
Yeah.
I potentially know I can run into the wall, blow up and die. I still do it though, right? So when I run into the wall, my car flips 5 times, boom, blows up, and I'm drug out the car, but I'm responsive. Should the race still go on or should they stop? I'm asking.
The race goes on most of the time.
I'm asking, should it still go on or should it stop?
The race. I'm not saying what.
I'm not
to
asking,
me.
I'm not asking you what happens. I'm asking
to
you
me-
what should happen.
Yeah, it should stop.
Why should it stop?
Because this has changed the outcome of it. Like the mental psyche we came in here with as a whole was
Okay.
the race. Somebody blew up in front of me.
Right.
He came out and he's live, but he blew up.
But let me ask you a question.
Let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
So the only set of people that want this to continue are the people who put money in this. But the people who are racing, the people who are who saw this, we know medically, we know psychologically that something changed in this moment.
Cool.
So like you had said at first.
I got 2 questions.
Go ahead.
So 2 questions.
Go ahead.
One, and this is only me using the mentality of an athlete.
Yeah.
If I am a NASCAR driver,
Yeah.
I signed up to be a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
I signed up
Yeah.
to get in a car
Yeah.
that can go in excess of 100 miles an hour on an oval track.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crowded. It's literally you're driving 100 miles an hour in traffic
Yeah.
for 500 miles.
Yeah.
I know that there is a high chance
Mm-hmm.
that I can wreck, flip, burn up, and die in my car.
Yeah.
Yet still, I signed up for it. I got in the driver's seat
Mm-hmm.
and I participated.
Okay.
All right. With that being said, this young man gained consciousness late last night. Do you know what the first thing is? Do you know what the first thing that he did when he gained consciousness?
I know exactly.
Oh,
what you
no.
said.
Do you know the first thing he wrote down and asked?
Yes.
What did he write down there?
Who won the game?
So what I'm saying is these players are wired a little differently. Because
No.
whoa. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Players are wired differently because they know they've signed up to play a specific sport that has specific risk. When I was actively playing the sport of football, I knew that I was taking certain risk every time the ball was snapped. Now, I might not have, sat down and logically thought it through because I wasn't getting paid millions to play the game. I'm pretty sure if we sat down and logically thought it through, we might be like, yo, this is fucking nuts. The same person who goes and fights as a cage fighter, if they probably logically sat down and thought it through, they might say, man, this is fucking nuts. Somebody can knee me in the face and break my eye socket and my eye can fall out. But they don't, bro. They know the risk. So I understand the direction in which your thought. I understand the direction in which your thought process was. I understand the logic behind your thought process with it. I wish you would have maybe worded the post a little differently. That way, I feel like your thought process would not have been lost. People would have understood it a little bit more. There would have been more conversation. There would have been more positive conversation about the actual issue that you were speaking about, opposed to the conversation that was within the post. I wish you wouldn't have said fake outrage and targeted a certain age group. That's all.
I'm saying this. 3 things. One, I can't think of any change of culture that happened through peaceful conversations. And then two, the reason why I think like I said, like I keep saying over and over again, the reason why I say it's fake is because it's not because of this incident. It's because this is a repetitive thing that happens over and over and over and over and over again in different sections of our community or in different phases of our community, right? We're worried about something because we saw it. Oh man, blah, this is messed up. right? But then we'll continue to move in ways, or we'll continue to support ways that will only breed these type of outcomes. So it's like, if I really care about this thing, if I really feel like, man, I'm a this, man. Well, if I'm really a this, man, I can't do that. There's no way I can do that if I'm a this. Go ahead.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So if I'm listening correctly,
Yeah.
it sounds like you used the current situation to kind of speak about when in regards to the fake outrage.
Yeah.
It kind of
That's what I
sounds like,
said.
no, listen.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like in regards to the fake outrage, you use this situation to address how you feel about fake outrage about certain things that happen within our community that, you know, people seem like it's a hot button topic because it's popular.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay, so it's a bad example. That's a bad situation to use because
It's the same though.
it's not the same because it's not
Because of the
same.
severity.
And that's what I'm saying. And so, all right, I do think, and this is not like me, and this is not a me and you. I'm not saying me and you is the issue. I'm saying I do think that it kind of has to work both ways. So I get exactly what you're saying. I think it was a bad example or a bad situation to use. I don't think that this was a case, this necessarily with this young man was a case of fake outrage. So I think it was the wrong situation to try to use this example to get that point across.
I mean,
That's what I feel.
And I'll just ask,
because I don't feel this is fake outrage.
and I just ask you this: have you seen shitloads of posts about Tua?
100% I have. Yes.
Get out of here, bro.
I'm not getting out of here because this is my house. But 100%.
I'm just saying.
No, because and when we started this, again, I gave you plenty of examples. Shannon Sharp got on TV. Skip actually co-signed it. Stephen A actually co-signed it. There were a lot of broadcasters, a lot of players, a lot of ex-players, a lot of analysts, a lot of fans who are adamant about Tua shouldn't step another toe on the field this season.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, some people said Tua might need to think about retiring early because of the amount of injuries he's been plagued with. Listen to
you're
what I'm
answering
saying.
the question I asked you.
I'm answering.
No, you're not. You're not
if
answering-
you listen to,
okay.
I'm answering your question.
The question I'm asking you is not about them talking about his concussions. I'm talking about him seizing on the field and them talking about that incident. Not about
That incident.
No,
Look, and that's what I'm saying. See,
I'm talking about the incident. Like we're talking about, we compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges.
I'm comparing apples to apples.
talking about the incident.
I'm talking about the entire conversation of surrounding Tua, and that incident with him seizing
Yes.
was the hey man, this dude needs to really think about retiring because this is what happened.
And okay.
And you're not listening to
hold
that
up.
point.
But let me clarify my.
There's nothing to clarify.
See,
Because you're not listening to that point.
Because
you cut me off.
Go ahead.
I didn't cut you off.
Go ahead.
You cut me off.
Go ahead, man.
All I was saying was there are people saying this guy needs to think about retiring because of the entirety of his whole injury track he's been dealing with. And him seizing on the ground was like the ice on the cake. Man, this dude don't need to play another snap for the rest of the season. He needs to make sure that he is 100% healthy and can play and that there are no adverse effects to what just happened. That was 100% a thing.
All right, I have a question. Then how does he get back on NFL field?
Because he got cleared by doctors and he chose to get back on the field and they let him back on the field. That's how we got back on the NFL field.
You think that Hamlin's getting on the field again this year?
I don't, of course, it's the
I don't
end
think
of the
so.
season. It's the end of the season.
That's
Why,
it.
how is he
They're
gonna
going
get
to the
back on the field?
playoffs. But what you think about what's his name? See now, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If
Now the outrage should be this bullshit ass disability, the bullshit ass disability structure for the NFL players that you have to play like almost 4 seasons just to even qualify for pension and certain disability benefits as an NFL player.
how's that bullshit?
Because these guys from day one are
Yeah.
putting their lives on the line.
Yeah.
So from day one, I should have some sort of disability benefits if I'm an NFL player.
To me, I don't know, man. To me, first off, to me, the conversations that people have with me about certain things come from their perspective and they don't even ask me the question they really need to ask. The first question anybody should ask me is how I feel about football. That's the first question I'd have asked me if I thought it was, after a couple of responses, not one person asked me how I feel about football.
I don't have to though.
Why not?
Because I'm a follower of you. I know how you feel about football.
So if that's like you telling,
I know you're a fan of it because you post about it.
I'm not a fan, bro.
Bro, you really be posting about like football.
What?
You post when the Dallas Cowgirls lose. I see you like ridicule some of their fans.
Yeah, I might.
I see you be like, man, he's texting sorry.
Yeah, that's. I don't go. I mean, once again, am I a fan of football?
I thought you were.
No, not really. Like to me, I was like, they should have been outlaw football 4, 5, 6, 10 years ago.
Whoa.
For real.
You feel like they should have outlawed football?
Yeah, man. Like it's not, bruh. If when you put into context, like think about this. If I told you there's a sport that when you finish, you might kill your family, would you say let's play that sport?
I would say that could be football from CTE. That could be boxing. That could be any combat sport. It could be wrestling. So it's about 6 of them.
Okay, but would you say let's play those sports? What would you, in the grand scheme of things, like, man, you know what? Maybe we need to do something different in these sports.
I think in the grand scheme of things, the amount of people who have actually killed their family because it's a direct result of the sport, I don't know if we have enough evidence to show that's a thing.
So you're saying that, but it's possible.
See, that's a loaded question.
I'm asking you, is it possible
Did what?
that you could kill your family because of the brain injuries you receive from a sport?
Excuse me.
I'm not talking about one sport, any sport.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, that's anything, any job. Be honest with you.
But
I'm not being.
See what I'm saying,
no,
man?
no. See, talking about you can't. Now, see, my brother.
Go ahead.
You can't do the whole laugh dismissing. See what I'm saying?
I'm not dismissing it, but
no,
keep
you
going.
are dismissing. You
Keep
can't.
going.
You can't do that when I say, well, that can be any job. The nigga can get mad at his corporate job, flip out, go home, and kill his family, and then kill himself. So,
but yeah,
when you paint that broad stroke on
Okay,
it,
put the
then
broad
yes,
stroke on it.
anything.
Okay.
Then there's anything, of course. Anything.
Okay, I'm saying that I was specific where I said the sport or the job you have,
Well, you said any sport.
or any sport that
I said, yeah,
you're
that's what
playing.
I said yes,
So,
that's what anything.
So I can pull lists of said sportsmen in certain sports, and the number of crimes that they contribute to CTE are higher in certain sports.
All right, name 3 NFLers off the top of your head that killed their families because of CTE.
Sayal.
Sayal didn't kill his family. But
Wait,
go ahead,
who he
though.
killed?
He killed himself. Now go ahead.
Okay, well, killed himself. What's the other guy's name? Oh, he was a bear. I don't know off top. I'm gonna
He
stop.
killed his family.
Yeah, I forgot his name. It was a bear. It was like older dude.
Now I know of a Kansas City linebacker
Yeah,
who killed his girlfriend and himself.
yeah.
That's when Romeo Crennel was the coach.
Okay.
We do know that Aaron Hernandez went on a killing spree.
Okay.
Now they tried to say that was CTE, but he also was crazy and fucked up and was a gang member.
Okay.
He been shooting people since he was in college.
All right.
So
but we
don't know if that was CTE.
Okay. We can name
Now you can say Chris Benoit.
We can say.
Time out.
Yeah.
You can say Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
But we don't know if that was CTE or steroids or some other bullshit.
Well, what I'm saying is, what I'm saying is,
So
hold on. If you put all those across the board, the common denominator in all those are high impact to the head, right? Like you can say it could be other stuff, but there's a bunch of guys who do steroids who don't have these results. There's a bunch of guys who do X, Y, Z. It's a bunch of guys who play contact sports, but soccer, football, rugby, these type of sports, whatever. So all I'm saying is that I'm
lost what you're saying, bro. You lost.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you said that at the end of the day,
I said name me 3 NFLs who killed who have killed their family because of CTE, because that's the example you gave.
Yeah. And I'm
So
saying,
give me 3 NFLs.
and I said it. I can't name names off the top of my head, but there has been several players that have done things. In fact, we don't have to look back. The conversation is about what's his face? Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown.
Yeah, we
talked
said
about
he ain't
him.
been right since he got hit by Burfict.
Yeah, there's a bunch of players that we can, and there's a bunch of people who not only it doesn't have to be killing your family. It could be debilitated. It could be, brain dead. It could be, deteriorating mentally, and it's directly contributed to CTE. So what I'm saying is,
Whoa, that's tough.
that's loaded.
I don't think we know that though. How can we?
What
know,
do we know?
How do we know something is directly related to CTE when CTE is so new? We're still trying to figure it out.
It's not new.
It's new for us. We're still trying to figure it out.
So
you tell me how many cases of CTE that they have figured out. It's almost like you have to die before they can even examine the brain.
and exactly.
Right.
And so what one of the problems is, people die, and it's like, okay, oh yeah, we can see that now that they died, and then it's very much attributed to the high impact and the concussions and blah blah blah. All these things are contributed to the CTE. Of course, we don't have the 30 years of research because there've been so many attempts by the NFL and other to silence the people who are saying, hey, this shit is super dangerous. All that being said, I'm not a big fan of the NFL, bro.
Cool. How you feel about cheerleading?
Cheerleading?
Yeah.
I mean, in what instance?
How you feel about the sport of cheerleading, period? Competitive cheer. How do you feel about it?
What level?
Any level.
I mean, I think some levels is cool, but I think that there's a ceiling for it. I don't know what are you asking me about?
How do you feel about soccer?
I feel like soccer is, it's pretty tough, but it's, it is what it is.
So I don't know as of
See, this is what
2022.
these loaded questions. Keep going, man.
It's not a loaded question. I'm just saying I don't know as of 2022 or even 2021.
Yeah.
But I know as of maybe 4 years ago when the actual study was done,
Yeah.
more athletes suffered concussions in soccer and competitive cheerleading than in actual football.
But
That's facts.
It was soccer and that was
It was soccer and competitive cheer. It was soccer and competitive cheer.
and also because
It probably was something else too, but I don't know.
and also because it was so much reporting that wasn't done. Like people get concussions in football and never tell.
I only can go by. You are correct. So that's the thing with football, because you have the big concussions that you actually can see, but you have like the small little micro concussions that can happen, especially if you're in the trenches as a lineman or a linebacker, because there's so much head banging. Pause. And that's why the NFL implemented the spotters, where you have people who are spotters who watch every play, watch what's going on in the play, and if they see any signs of a concussion, like if someone's limbs go limp for a second, someone's slow to get up, if someone looks foggy, we've all had that if you play football. You meet someone in the hole, pause, hit them, go heads up, whatever, and you got some brain fog and you don't remember like the last 3 plays.
Yeah, which is very, very bad.
But when you're playing, you can't tell because I'm moving normally.
Yeah,
But then I get to the sideline and I'm like, fuck, man, I don't really know what just happened, bro.
it's very bad.
So that's why they implemented the spotters.
Yeah, but it's
Who
still
can-
very.
who can see this?
It's still. And when I say I don't like,
I don't think it should be outlawed though.
when I say I don't like the NFL, I just feel like, man, I feel like we don't know the damage. In fact, we do know what damage we're doing, but there's the damage that we're doing to our bodies at that age in that way. That's not smart. That's not an intelligent thing to do, man.
There's a lot of stuff that's not intelligent that people do though.
That's not my question. That's not my point or my focus. Like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff people do that's not intelligent, but there's things that we do that are intelligent that at the very least of our own device, we're not being suckered or goaded or they're not putting that dangling that carrot of you can be a millionaire in front of our faces to do that shit on certain things. They are other things.
Well, hold on. The timeout though. Now, I don't have to play football.
You don't have to do nothing.
I don't have to play football. I don't have to play football. I can go be a lawyer. I don't have to play football.
But once again,
But I signed up for it. Same thing as a firefighter, same thing as a police officer, same thing when I signed up with the armed forces. All these things I just named have distinct hazards of the job.
Yeah.
I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm signing up to do it because I want to do it.
but they have recruiters for all of them, don't they?
That what?
They have recruiters for all of them, don't they?
They have recruiters for everything.
Yeah, but
Hell, I just got recruited for Metro.
yeah, they got recruiters, right?
If you want to keep it a buck,
Yeah.
so like they have recruiters for football,
Everything.
They got recruiters for the armed forces,
Exactly.
They got recruiters for the fire department. They
Yeah.
got recruiters for the police department. They got recruiters for jailers.
Okay.
like
So-
all of these
so-
things have hazards, have specific
But question.
hazards that lead up to severe injury and or death.
So, question.
And you can sign up for it and get paid to do it, and you can get paid handsomely if you want to do it.
You think the recruiter from the HPD is coming like, or the jailers like, man, we only had 10 stabbings this year. You know what I'm saying?
I think the person who signs up to be a police officer,
That's not what I asked you. I asked you about the recruiter.
I'm answering the question.
Yeah.
The person who signs up to be a police officer and is in conversations with the recruiter,
Yeah.
I don't think the recruiter has to tell them you could get killed in duty.
Well,
That's
I didn't.
common
But
sense.
see,
You
no,
know
no.
it.
But I'm asking you: does the recruiter just come to you and be like, "We only had 10 deaths this year, or we only had 10 people get stabbed," or if I'm a fireman, we only lost one firefighter this year?
Of course they don't do that.
Okay.
Why would they do that?
And I know the football recruiter don't come to you like, "Man, we only had 2 guys get paralyzed the last 10 years."
Why would they do that?
Exactly. But this is an innate. Like the carrot is being dangled in front of your face.
What's the
and
carrot
all
that's
and
being
all
dangled?
these
I'm asking, what's the carrot that's being dangled?
for the NFL is fame and fortune.
What's
of
the carrot
course.
that's being dangled in front of the police department?
Whatever. I don't know.
Okay, but there's a carrot though, right?
But the carrot's not the same. Not the same.
Of course it's not. But there's a carrot though.
But it's not the same.
No, so listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
so,
not the same.
So hold on, time out.
Yeah.
You got to quit with this. It's not the same.
But you can't.
Let me
just
fin-
putting general
let
stuff
me-
out there and be like it's the same.
Let me finish, Bug. You got to quit having the argument. Well, you don't have to quit. It's your opinion. What I'm saying is, what I would say is, just because the carrot to the NFL, to the world class athlete, is millions of dollars of fame,
Yeah.
the carrot to the person who signs up for the Marines
Yeah.
is valor and honor.
Yeah.
The carrot that is dangled in front of the police officer or the firefighter is service to my community and honor or whatever.
Okay.
It's all a carrot. And said carrot to whoever is in search of that carrot,
Yeah.
it's valuable to that person. So I can't say this carrot is more valuable over here than this carrot over here, because to said person who is choosing those paths, it's equally important.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
When I go to the police academy, do I usually have like basketball courts and football teams that play in the academy? They have academy teams that play against other academies,
100% there's recreational sports. Yeah.
right? When I go to the NFL, do they have police recruiters that come to the NFL and be like, "Yeah, man, you know, when you get finished playing NFL, you could be a cop"? Is it what I'm saying is the difference is that the carrot that's being dangled by the NFL it has backing of like you can't, or NBA, or if you some places soccer or hockey, like this is a concentrated effort from people to influence young minds to be like, "Hey man, this is your favorite team, so this Los Angeles Kings. You from LA, you gotta wear LA stuff." But it's almost ingrained. This is America's team, America's sport, whatever it is. It's ingrained. It's like it's a whole different level of carrot than the firefighter. It's a
I don't
whole
believe
different
that.
carrot. Huh?
That's not true.
Okay.
You don't think that happens with something as simple as the armed forces? If my dad was a Marine, my dad's dad was a Marine, my dad's dad was a Marine,
Yeah.
and they all suffered injuries in great battle,
Yeah.
I want to live an honorable life and
Yeah.
be a Marine just like the lineage of men in my family.
Yeah.
You don't think that's just as important to someone as the guy who started out in Pop Warner, was good, went to middle school, was great, went to high school, 5-star recruit, and now it's like, hey man, I can go make a living doing this. You don't think that's the same?
How once again the difference.
And when I say the same, I don't mean the same. I get what you're saying.
I'm saying
you're
the
trying to
difference.
say you're saying that the NFL carrot is different because it's millions of dollars payday and fame opposed to this guy who's going to the armed forces.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying? Because I don't get it.
I'm saying the carrot that's dangled as the NFL is not only dangled in front of you saying this is what you can get. It's also embedded into your schools when you go.
Stop right there.
It's levels of influence.
You don't think the same thing is with the military? What do you think the ROTC is?
The ROTC is not as much. If you put all the ROTCs in Houston in one room and put all the football teams in another room, what room would be bigger, bro? What you know it'd be way more football players than ROTC members in any school.
The number of players on a the number of players on a 40-man team per school, and I'm just saying 40-man team per school.
Okay.
Depending on what school you go to, there's
Yeah.
plenty of more kids on a football team.
40 to 80, yeah.
It's going to be different than a ROTC program at certain schools, and every school might not even have a ROTC program. What I'm saying is there are people who are born, who grew up, who are raised and groomed to play a sport.
Yeah.
There are also people who were born and groomed to go to the military
Yeah.
and to do all kind of things.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say that. I can't make that statement and say that
Why not?
because I can't.
I'm saying
Because I'm not.
Is there a conscious effort by the NFL to influence young kids?
Is there not a conscious effort from the armed forces to influence young
So
kids?
do you think that
I'm asking you?
Yes,
yes or no?
yes. But you think
All right,
that, you
then.
think, do you think the effort from the NFL?
No,
do
let
you
me
think the
finish.
effort from the
Look,
NFL?
Let me finish.
You cut me off. Keep going.
Let me finish. So are you trying to tell me that can we both agree that there are efforts from both aspects of it?
Yeah, they're both efforts.
So what's the difference?
Because the effort from the NFL has the help of Coke, of Nike, of Reebok, of every single thing you can think of has the help of the NFL.
You know who the armed forces have the help of? Do you know who the armed forces have the help of?
Not Coke.
The NFL.
And they're
Whoa, tell me I'm lying. Please tell me I'm lying.
Bruh,
Tell me I'm lying.
okay, watch
Tell
this.
me I'm lying.
I ain't saying what ain't about lying, bro. This is what I'm saying.
All right, then.
This
So
is what I'm saying
so
though.
what's the
This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying. There are places you can go right now in Houston, right? You can go 20 stores. I guarantee you won't find as many NFL Coke cans as you will NFL Coke military cans as you will. Like it's not hard to quantify the difference in levels of commitment that NFL has made to Coke and NFL has made to the armed
What
forces.
happens at the beginning of every NFL game? Or every NFL and NBA game?
What the Star Spangled Banner?
Who's holding the colors?
The ROTC.
The who?
Whoever they have, who's holding it,
Yeah, who's holding the colors?
either Marines or Army, depends on the night.
So you mean to tell me on a professional sports stage,
Yeah.
the armed forces are holding the colors. We're saluting we're saluting the troops and the colors.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, if you are at a professional sporting event, whether
Okay.
it's hockey,
Yep.
baseball, football,
Yep.
basketball,
Yeah.
before any ball is tipped, any snap is snapped,
Yeah.
any hockey puck is hit,
Yeah.
what is the first thing that we do?
Warm up. Oh, then you say the Star Spangled Banner.
We honor the flag and we honor the troops.
Yeah. So what?
So you can't tell me.
So you telling me that you
So
take the
time
troops?
out, whoa, time out.
mean,
So you can't tell me that there isn't as much of an influence on serving your country through the military than it is as playing a sport.
Okay, so
Tell me, tell me you can't.
To quantify that,
No,
I'm gonna
tell me you
quantify it.
can't.
I'm gonna quantify
Well,
that.
tell me you can't.
What you mean? I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna answer the question how I feel it should be answered. Is there more emphasis on the United States joining the military than playing the NFL? No, because when I go to the game, when I got a park, I'm buying gear for the game. I got my kids with me, or I got people with me, or we got all these different things that lead us to the game. We spend 4 or 5 minutes with the U.S. and then we right back to advertising about how great this game, whatever game is. When I leave, I'm buying stuff. I'm buying whatever. It's not Army night. That's a night. Army night, Navy night, Marine night. But every single day in the USA is a promotional day for one of these sports leagues. Every single day, all all the major sports are being promoted some type of way to large amounts of kids. There's more. Once again, there's more NFL. Man, the Army Navy game is one of the worst games, one of the lowest rated games every. What you call it? So why? How would I say that?
Okay.
And they're playing football.
Okay.
Man, it's not the same, bro. Everything can't be the same, man.
You're right. Everything can't be the same.
If everything is the same, then I mean there's no levels.
Oh, I didn't say it was the same.
I just kept saying like you can't say it. You keep saying,
But you're trying. No, I didn't say it was the same. I'm saying the importance level. Of course, playing in NFL and going to the military is different. We all know that. No one thinks that going to the NFL or going to the military is the same.
I'm asking you.
Never said it was.
I'm asking you. Do you think it has the same? Do you think that? And honestly speaking, do you think that if you got 100 kids and 100 random kids and be like, how many of y'all want to go to the military? How many of y'all want to play professional sports? How many of y'all want to be doctors? How many? And you can pick age groups. And because of all the propaganda, whether it be Nike, whether it be Reebok, whether it be Adidas, whether it be Coca-Cola, whether it be Jack in the Box, you have all these entities that are targeting young people to be like, man, we got all these things. If you, and this is your feeling, you can feel the kind of way. But I'm saying, if you're saying that you think that there's more kids and more people that would want to be in the Army than in one of the pro major sports,
I never said that.
then that's why I said.
But I never said that.
I'm not saying you said that. I'm asking you that because if you feel.
So why are you asking me that?
I'm asking you that because if you feel that there's more people that want to be in professional sports, then you're insinuating that professional sports has a bigger hold, a bigger carrot to dangle than the Army does.
So that's the thing. I never said, and again, my argument never was which carrot was bigger than the other.
Yeah.
My argument was, depending on who you're talking to, I think the carrot itself can be equally as important to who you're speaking with. I never said that this carrot is bigger than that carrot. I never said that.
Okay.
Of course, the illusion of millions in fame is gonna be bigger in some ways than just honor and valor. But what I did say was, bro, there are a lot of people who that carrot of honor and valor is that's all they want. So no, and if you want to measure which one on paper looks better, yeah, the carrot of the NFL is a bigger carrot to dangle in front of someone than armed forces. But what I did say was, I think that armed forces, going to a pro sport, all of this stuff is influential and is dangling in front of people. And depending on who that person is, what that person desires is going to gauge whether that's that path I want to take or not. That's all I said.
That's true for every single thing on the earth.
I never said which carrot was bigger than the other. So that's why I don't know why we were arguing that.
No, I was trying to explain the carrot part. What I was saying, I wasn't saying bigger as in it was more of the carrot. I mean that there was more touching points and talking points and more influence that goes into making young people like. I grew up in a household where it's like you a Cowboys fan or you a so-and-so fan. Your city promotes. You have parades. If your team wins, they stop school. Hey, man, everybody come down here when there's a war right now and they still playing games. Like only once or twice they stopped World War II to play a soccer game.
Yeah.
Because the sport is so influential.
And it can unite both sides. Yeah,
exactly.
100%, yeah.
So I'm telling you, the sport has usurped and passed the fighting. They're not stopping fighting the war. I mean, they're not stopping the war. I mean, the war's still going on. They're playing games. But they stopped the war to play the game. Meaning the game's bigger than the war.
Okay.
So it's more influential. If it's bigger enough to stop something, if I can stop you, I'm bigger than you.
Okay.
My carrot is bigger. I have more draw.
Now, how do we get here? I'm asking, how do we get here?
That's why I started from the beginning.
No, that's not where you start from.
I said the carrot was bigger. The NFL carrot was bigger
I'm going to tell
than
you how we got here. We got here because I said no matter what you sign up for, there's risk involved.
Yeah.
Whether if it's the armed forces, whether if it's the firefighters, the police department, all of that stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
You have risk involved of severity of injury up until death.
Yeah.
And you said, what you said was, do I think a recruiter from such and such tells you how many times someone dies?
Yeah.
And then we got to this dangling of carrots. And all I said was, bro, I'm not saying which carrot is bigger than the other. Depending on who you are, This is more important than that. That's all I said.
I mean, I think that when
And I don't know what the purpose of saying what a recruiter will tell you how many people died had anything to do with me wanting to just go be a Marine because my dad's dad and dad was a Marine, and I'm going to get my honor and valor. I don't understand.
but two things, and we can close. Two things. One,
Why I gotta always close on your two?
okay, well you can close after my. You can make some more things after I finish.
Because you're gonna want to say something.
No, I promise. I'm just gonna say. I promise. Whatever you say, no matter what it is, I'm just gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with you in some way.
Don't agree with me, nigga.
I'm gonna promise. I'm gonna agree with you. I don't care.
I don't want you to agree.
I am going to. Okay, so one thing.
I never want you to agree.
Okay, one thing is, I don't know if you noticed this, but you had to put the caveat of my father's father is inherently it's a blood thing. What I'm saying is, it's random motherfuckers who just want to. It's random motherfuckers who never played football before who they be like, man, you big, play football. Like it's more people that's gonna be like, you big, go play football than saying you big, go to the war. Like it's more, and we have evidence of it. That's one. And two, well, all I'm saying is this: if the conversation is like, well, it depends on the individual, then nothing you can say. Like every single thing on the entire planet depends on the individual. Every single thing. There's nothing I can say that doesn't depend on the individual. So we're not talking about the depending on the individual, because that means that anything you say, no matter what it is, I could be like, well, it depends on the individual. Anything you say on any subject. But now I can say this historical data and my eye test and this data shows me that more people do this than do that. And I can also say some people do this, some do that. I can say because that's for every single thing. Some people like Satan, some people like God, some people like dogs, some people like cats. But we can say, okay, well, in Texas there are 4,044 dog owners. There are 3,044 cat owners. There are more dog owners than cat owners. Then you can start breaking it down. Well, why is it? Well, cats or down. You can start breaking down the data of why things are that. But if I just say, oh man, well, depend on individual. Well, that's for both of them. That's for everything. Every single thing on the planet.
You done?
Yeah.
I guarantee you this. Now you said you were gonna agree with whatever I said, right?
I'm gonna agree with it. I'm finding a way to agree with it.
I guarantee you this.
What?
Then we out.
Yeah.
I guarantee you this.
Yeah.
There are more soldiers in one branch of the military than are actively playing in the NFL.
You are 100% correct.
Matter of fact, take a step further. I think if you take the NFL and the NBA,
Yeah.
hell, even throw in the MLB,
Yeah.
and I'm even gonna add D-leaguers.
Now, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Let me finish.
I agree with you.
Let me finish.
I agree with
Let
you.
me finish.
I can disagree now.
No, let me finish. I'm gonna give you D-leaguers
Yeah.
and minor leaguers.
Yeah.
There's still more soldiers in one branch of the military
Yeah.
than all those combined.
Because the soldiers are not the elite. Like you're taking the elite, the best of the best of the best, and comparing them to anybody can go to the army. Any person can go to the army.
Okay, let me do this.
Right?
Time out.
Right? Yes or no?
That's not true.
Any 18-year-old male can go to the army
That's not true.
unless you have deficiencies.
There are some things you have to pass.
Yeah, but there are
some checks you have to. There are some boxes you have to check.
But there's a fine minute. There's only 400 players that are allowed in the NBA at a time. There's a set number of people that can be. So comparing a set number.
Time out. Stop. Let me do this.
Yeah.
Excuse me. What if I told you there's still more soldiers in America's armed forces than collegiate athletes in America?
You'd be wrong.
You sure?
100% wrong.
You're positive?
Positive, yeah. Then collegiate athletes?
I'm
Ain't no
sorry.
way.
Football, basketball. I'm not going to include golf and all that bullshit. And
Okay,
table tennis.
football, basketball. You talking
Football
about
and basketball.
You talking about D1, D2, D3, NAI?
I said collegiate athletes. Football
No,
and basketball.
you'd be wrong.
How many do you think it is? Just give me a ballpark. How many collegiate athletes, football and basketball,
In the United States?
in the United States?
Okay, I would assume.
And this is including people who just go to school that are trash and anybody can get on and play.
Yeah. So you talking about, okay,
Football and basketball.
football, basketball. You talking about how many schools? Let's say
And the only reason why I used major professional sports, because I was assuming we were talking about your carrot that was dangled, and these people who made it that far to who had realistic.
yeah,
These people who had realistic shots
Yeah.
at making those professional teams.
yeah,
I ain't talking about people who said, you know what, I want to be a football player.
yeah,
And I played in college or in high school.
Yeah.
And you sat next to the Gatorade cooler every game.
Yeah.
And then you went to TSU and you chose to walk on. I ain't talking about them players.
But
we can add them, but what I'm saying
Yeah.
is we ain't talking about them players. Because them players really know that there's no chance I'm going to make it to the NFL or the NBA.
okay. But okay, so is this fair?
So I was trying to be
Hold up.
realistic.
Is this fair? Huh?
I was trying to be realistic.
Okay, is this fair? The stipulations to get into the military are easier or not as strenuous as it is to get on an NFL team, right?
Yeah, I can tell you that. You can have the most unathletic person that can, as long as they can qualify and meet the PT requirements to play.
All right.
Yes. Now, there are some, and I'm not knocking any professional football player.
Uh-oh.
There are some intellectual requirements that they might surpass. But if we're going to talk about the physical requirements,
And
sure.
let's say, give or take, okay, and the allotted number of spots that you have in any NFL college, there's a allotted number of spots. Only so many numbers you can have per school, per team.
No, that's true as well.
There's an unlimited amount of number you can have in the military.
Yeah, you do. You can have as many people as you can recruit.
Exactly. So the numbers are the variations of numbers you would think would trend to be more military people.
Well, if you factor
But I know I'm almost 100% sure that if you do D1, D2, D3, and NAIAs and JUCO, all them levels of sports, football and basketball versus the military, that's tough, man. I don't know.
That's tough because you got to realize, though, man, when you really think about it, we got a flag in a lot of places around the world. And in them flags, we got a lot of forts and bases at a lot of these places in the world, not to mention all of these boats. One aircraft, Nimitz-class aircraft at that, is like, what, 5 football fields long? I could be wrong. And that's not the biggest aircraft class that we have right now.
But now you're
Whoa,
comparing.
whoa. Let me finish.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the fact that one Nimitz class aircraft carrier is a floating fucking city. All right?
How many people on it?
It's a floating fucking city.
How many people?
It's 5 football fields long.
How many people on that, man?
Shit, I don't
Hold
know.
up, man. Tell me about 5 football fields long is a small city, though.
Man, bro, I'm not bullshitting. That's Nimitz class. And let's think about it. We have an aircraft carrier that's bigger than Nimitz class now, and we have aircraft carriers that are smaller than Nimitz classes. And I think we got at least 8 floating around. Not to mention some of the submarines. I ain't even went to the Army.
But
I ain't even went to the Army to got a flag. Army got bases all over the world.
Exactly. Now you're comparing the entire world against the U.S. and I still think it's comparable. We have to look it up one day.
Then when you look at the influence of people and how they go try to capture younger people.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, I got a recruiter's office on every block. Now, I feel like at one point it was in the mall, you hit every mall.
What?
You hit every mall, you got recruiter's offices in every mall.
All right.
When I feel like that's what it was when I was in middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my nigga, you got recruiters' offices in every mall. You got them in strip centers. You got them in just random ass neighborhood centers, bro.
Now, question:
It's everywhere.
If you gonna count all the military, you gotta count all the football players. I mean, you gotta count the high schools. You gotta count the pee-wees. You gotta count the NFL Europe. You gotta count the.
Well, at this point, I'm counting everybody 18 and older.
Okay, then I would say it's comparable, bro. I would.
Man.
You don't think if you talk about football and basketball around the world?
No, I'm talking about in America, my nigga. I ain't talking about around the world.
You talking about all this other stuff around the world?
No, I'm talking about
for the Army.
I'm talking about America. I'm not. So the Army around the world, I ain't talking about a Japanese army. I'm talking about the United States Armed Forces.
Oh, I think
The United States Armed Forces have flags everywhere around the world. They have to fill those.
Yeah.
They have to fill those spots. So
Okay.
I
Watch this.
honestly believe. I honestly
going.
believe. If you want to keep it a buck,
Keep going.
I honestly believe.
Yes.
The United States Armed Forces.
Yes.
Recruits heavily more
Yeah.
than any sport can.
Okay, watch
If
it.
you
Watch
want to
this.
keep it a buck.
Watch this. How many of those people that are in the armed forces with the flag around the world from the United States, how many of those people are there on those bases playing basketball and football?
But see,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people are doing it for recreation. But time out.
No. I'm talking for the Army.
No, the only time you're actually playing football or basketball for the Army, you're at the only time you're playing football or basketball for Army or Navy or Air Force, you have to be an officer in officer school. You can't be a normal recruit playing any sport. Like anybody you see playing for
No.
let me finish.
Okay, keep on.
Anybody you see playing for Army
Yeah.
or Navy
Yeah.
or Air Force,
Yes.
playing college teams,
Yes.
those players
Yeah.
they're in the armed forces,
Yes.
but they are in officer school. They're not normal enlistees.
Hold up, but I'm saying if I go into the Army and I say if I enlist and I say I'm going to Germany, they have club teams. They have club teams, U.S. club teams. When you like when I was recruited,
It's the same as
Hold
intramurals.
up,
Intramurals isn't college.
When-
Intramurals isn't. I can go
When
to Texas
I was-
A&M.
no,
Time
when-
out. I can go to Texas A&M right now and go play intramurals.
it's not the same, bro.
Let me finish.
It's not the same.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
I can go to Texas A&M.
Yes.
And I can play intramurals.
Yeah.
However, I can't go. No, I don't know if this is true. I think at Texas A&M, if I go play intramurals and I'm good enough, I can walk on and actually play for A&M.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, if I sign up and enlist, if I enlist
Yes.
into the Air Force,
Yes.
I go sign my 8-year contract
Yes.
in the Air Force.
Yes.
And then I get there,
Yeah.
and while I'm enlisted,
Yeah.
I go play intramural club football.
No.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go on.
I go play intramural club football
Yeah.
for Air Force.
Yeah.
That ain't the same. I can't go to Air Force Academy and
No,
play.
no, you're
I
right.
can't go to the NFL if I'm drafted. I can't do that.
You know what I'm saying is, but if I enlist in the Army or the Navy or this is the conversation. When you enlist, everybody has jobs. Okay, my job is this, so and so. Your job, you're playing for the club team, and who the club team play, they're not playing against each other. They're playing against German and you playing wherever city you're in, whatever country you're in, you're playing against those pro teams. You're playing with the Army against or whatever service you are. You're playing. That's your job. Your job is to play. And
Play
then
what?
Play whatever sport you play. If it's basketball, if it's whatever sport they offer at that. That was the recruiting. That's the recruiting. Like, yeah, okay, you do your basic
told you
training.
that?
You do your basic
Talking
training.
about, did they tell you that?
Yeah.
They lied to you.
How you know?
Trust me, I know they lied to you.
Okay, well, I know people who've done it.
And so they went to the armed forces,
Yeah.
and their job in the army was to play basketball.
No, their job was placed in a place where they could play basketball. And that was part.
Was their job to play basketball?
Theoretically, yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm asking you, and I'm not trying to be an asshole.
Yeah, I'm serious. To
When
me,
they signed their contract, they
Yeah.
They said, JB, I'm sending you to Germany.
yeah.
And when I send you to Germany,
Yeah.
your job,
excuse me.
bless you, your job
Yeah.
is to play basketball.
That probably wasn't that. I would agree with you that wasn't the.
Now,
Hold up. How you gonna stop me? I ain't finished.
because I know, because I went down this road.
Yeah, but you
so
ain't let me
I already
finish.
know, because
Yeah,
I went down the road.
but-
so I
but
know exactly what you're
I
talking
went
about.
down the road too. So how come you cut me off from what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Answer the question.
I'm saying
because I
that-
know the answer, but answer the question.
Yeah, I'm saying if I'm on the ship, and let's say for the Navy, okay, y'all gonna be stationed in so and so. Boom. Okay, when you're stationed in so and so, you're gonna be at this port, and you're gonna be under this command, and this command is full of everybody who goes and plays. This 16 guys, y'all play.
All right.
Yeah. Now, if your command is y'all are something else, whatever they name it, yeah, I agree. Your job
I
is
got a
not
question.
basketball.
But what is your job?
Your job might be
Now, your job might be
MP.
your job might be military police.
Yeah, but
But you know what you do as a military after you get off your military police post, you're involved in playing basketball.
See, that's the part we have to know because I don't know if you have the post.
100%. So I'm telling you from experience.
You went to the Army and played?
I'm telling you from experience.
You went to the Army and played?
You gonna let me finish? You gonna keep
I'm
talking?
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you from experience.
Yeah.
I almost went to the Air Force. I was signing up for it.
Yeah.
Recruiter said, hey. I said, man, you know what? I really want to play football still.
Yeah.
How can I play for Air Force?
Yeah.
Well, the only way you can actually play for Air Force
Yeah.
is unless you go to the Air Force Academy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can enlist in Air Force.
Yeah.
Wherever you're at, you can play these intramural / club sports.
Yeah.
You'll play against other teams in the community.
Yeah.
You'll still have your normal job,
Yeah.
but you also could be involved in these activities in the community.
Yeah.
The only reason why I didn't go was because he put some sauce on it and said after your first year of enlistment, if you qualify for the Air Force Academy, you can go to Air Force Academy and play for Air Force Academy.
Yeah.
That portion was a lie.
Well, question.
All right, go ahead.
Is there a chance that we might have had different situations? Not saying that yours is false. I'm just saying there's not a chance that the person who came to me was a person who did that's what they did, and it was like, oh yeah, that's what I do right now.
No, I'm telling you, they probably, the person that came to you,
Yeah.
they could have been very well stationed in Germany.
Yeah.
And they could have been playing on a team
Yeah.
that played semi-pro or pro teams in Germany.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their job enlisted in the armed forces wasn't playing basketball.
Of course not. That's why I said it.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still a club sport. Your job is not playing. You didn't sign a contract to play basketball.
No, of course you did.
You signed a contract to go be a infantryman.
Yeah.
And you just happen to be stationed in Germany, and you're also a part of this club team that plays these pro teams around that city.
Yeah.
Or even around that whatever it is.
So it's semantics.
It's
what I'm saying is, and I think
it's recreation.
Hold on. Let me finish.
It's recreation.
Let me finish.
It's no difference than
it's not the same, bro. Because if recreation, it would.
I ain't even finished my sentence.
But you cut me off.
Go ahead though.
I'm gonna say if I'm not saying that you're playing to play at your club team to go play at and you level up to the Air Force, like the from what he's explained to me, the progression is you do your time there. You get with the agent there. When your time is done, you're plugged into the teams, to that league that you played in to play pro. I understand. Yeah, your job is not blown. Your job description is not point guard on your listing, but you have it's a mutual agreement in the which you're doing it through a program basically. Even if it's not, I don't know who you talk to and how you talk to, so I can't speak for your experience, but I can't speak for my experience. And I'm saying the dude, because the guy who recruited me is like, that's what I do now. And I'm looking at film, I'm looking at, okay, yeah. But I'm like, nah, I want to give you 3 years, because you got to give a certain amount of time.
Yeah, you got to get an arm of your time back.
Yeah. But I mean, the way you get it back is
you got to get an arm of your time back.
Yeah.
And they can't guarantee you that you're gonna stay in Germany for your whole tour.
Yeah.
So to play on that team.
Yeah.
You can go. You can sign up for that shit. You can go to Germany on your first tour, and you can be in Germany your first tour. Let's say your first tour 6 months.
Yeah.
And you playing on that team 6 months, then they tell you, now take your ass to Japan, and there's nothing you can do about it. Now,
They could not.
Now you can when it comes up. You give them the places you want to go.
Yeah.
Your top whatever places, but ultimately it's you go where they send you.
Yeah, but once again, that's that variable that it could go either way. So I'm not saying you're wrong at all. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying that it could go either way, and this is the path that he showed me.
So what does that have to do with what we were talking about?
The bigger carrot?
No.
Oh, the numbers.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with what we were talking about?
Oh, because I was saying
because all I said was I bet you that there are more soldiers in the United States Armed Forces than what we described as collegiate athletes. And then you told me, well, I bet at these bases that they're playing basketball or they're playing football.
Yeah. Well,
of course they're playing basketball and football. But what I'm saying is there are more soldiers. I'm still an enlisted soldier. My job is not to play basketball or football.
Okay.
My job is to be a soldier first, and then everything else is secondary.
So I'll say this. I'll take out all the players that are not playing for the Naval Academy and so and so and so and so.
Don't take them out because they're still soldiers.
No. I'm taking them out of the. I'm talking about the ones that the ones that are playing on the club rec teams. You would say take them out.
Why are you taking them out?
Because I want to make it a fair.
Oh, you wanted to add them to the collegiate players.
That's what I'm saying. Because they
Can't
play
add-
basketball.
but they're not collegiate players.
Okay, that's fine. But I would like to see those numbers to how many collegiate players there are in the United States versus how many people are in the armed forces around the world.
United States Armed Forces.
How many people in the United? But it's around the world though,
I
right?
didn't say United States Armed Forces. I didn't tell you where they were stationed at. I simply said United States Armed Forces. I only used the fact that we had a flag everywhere to signify the amount of soldiers that are enlisted.
That's what I'm saying,
Whether
yeah.
they're regular enlistees or if they are
Part-times.
part-timers, all that shit.
I like to see that. That'd be a great thing to see.
That number's stupid. Probably Army alone is stupid.
We think it's in the 10 millions.
Time out. 10 million is a lot.
I'm just
Like,
asking. I don't
some
know.
countries don't have 10 million.
It's 4 million people in Houston.
It's definitely more than 4 million people in the armed forces.
It's-
And see, we ain't even. And I said, and damn, you got the fucking. I wonder how many soldiers you have with the Texas National Guard.
How many colleges in Texas?
Oh, that's a lot of colleges in Texas.
And and you talking about every basketball player and football player on every college in Texas. That's a lot of people, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
I'm
I'm not. Look,
I'm with you.
I'm
I'm
not
trying
doubting
to.
that. There's a
I
lot
just
of
want to
people.
know the number, so I really want to know the number, man. I'm looking it up on my phone before the end of the day.
But see, I think he is murky when I start adding like JUCOs and then I start adding like community colleges.
You
that got
adding
teams. soldiers.
soldiers who probably gonna drop out. People gonna enlist on Monday and go AWOL on Sunday.
I don't think it really works. I don't think it's that easy, my nigga. I mean, I don't think it's that easy to enlist on Monday and go AWOL on Sunday. I don't think it's that easy.
You can always go AWOL, man. Murdoch taught us that, man. I learned that on 18, bro.
You can always go AWOL and don't believe in that Murdoch 18 bullshit because your ass gonna be sitting in somebody's
Military prison.
military prison waiting out your 8 years. So you might as well just stay in. Military prison and regular prison ain't the same.
I
Like,
go to Mexico, man.
if you make it,
I mean, if they can get here, I can get there, man.
you one of them niggas.
What? They can leave?
They just you don't fulfill contracts.
I mean, if it ain't beneficiary to me and it's not righteous, bro. Why be righteous to somebody
You
that's not
and this
righteous?
righteous shit is
man,
hilarious.
everything's about being righteous, bro.
But you ain't righteous to some shit though.
I mean, everybody has their flaws.
Everyone does have their flaws.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not. I didn't
You
say I
gotta know
was.
what you get into before you sign the. If you know that you don't want to commit to get an army 4 years active, 4 years unactive, man, don't sign the contract.
No, but if you tell me if you sell me a dream and I get there and it's nothing than what you told me, then I gotta still honor this. Like that's weak, bro. That's super
you
weak,
gotta
man.
do your research.
No. What I'm saying, you can do your research. Like you can get tricked or fooled. Like that's.
Give me an example of me selling you a dream and it ain't.
Oh
what it
man,
is.
like okay, let's say, man, you come to the army, man. All you gotta do is come. You ain't gotta do no work. All you gotta do is go to basic
Ain't
training.
nobody telling you that.
Hold up, all you gotta do is go to basic training, and blah, blah. I'm sure people have been told that before, for
ain't gotta
sure.
do no work?
Yeah. Oh man, you play basketball or you play football or you ain't gotta do no work. Just come over here, we got you. And
Ain't nobody telling nobody ain't.
man,
gotta do
people
work.
say way bigger lies than that in life. Come on, man. People say lies all the time. Big, huge lies.
You ain't gotta do no work.
Oh, you gonna be working out. You gonna look how big you are. I just want to get a big bag. I know you dumb. You ain't got no family.
Half of the process is you actually take a test to see what job you're gonna get. So if I'm taking a test to see what job I'm gonna get, the whole key word is job. So why would I feel like I'm not gonna do anything?
Jobless. So I'm a hoe for the armed forces. Like,
But you get a job in armed forces. That's the whole thing. If I can't get it, look, I don't have a job in the civilian world. I'm going to go to the Army. I took a test. The Army said I could be a computer IT security analyst. I can be a cook. I can be an infantryman, and I can be an MP.
I don't
Those
know-
are
hold
four
up.
jobs.
Time out.
Literally four
Yes,
jobs.
but if I can't get a job in the free world or in the general population, if I can't,
Well, what do you mean about? Give me a reason why.
I'm not able to.
Why you're not able to?
Okay,
You gotta give me some context.
Okay, it could be I could not be mentally strong enough. I could be not physically strong enough. I could be.
Whoa, time out. So if you're not physically strong enough,
Yeah.
then you probably can't physically pass the test to be in the armed
Bruh,
forces.
Steve Rogers got in the army, bro.
Which Steve Rogers?
The only Steve Rogers that matters.
Talking about Captain America?
Yeah, he got in the
Well,
army.
he got into the army because they were going to experiment on his ass.
He went to basic training, man.
Nah, they let him in there for that reason, bro.
Let everybody know for that reason.
Did you not watch Captain America: The First Soldier?
So you telling me that everybody in the army is physically fit?
100%. No, whoa.
Yeah.
Talking about. It's a difference between not being physically in shape, but
Yeah.
I can pass a PT test,
Exactly.
and being physically unable to pass a PT test.
But I'm saying so.
those are two different things.
Yeah,
Boog.
being able to pass a PT test
Yeah.
might not equal being physically fit.
I can probably pass the PT test right now.
Okay, boom.
Now, after I run my mile, I might collapse.
Yeah.
But I can pass the PT
Okay,
test.
so that's it.
But it's a difference between me not physically, for whatever reason, if there's a handicap or something that is impairing me to pass
Yeah.
the PT test,
Yeah.
I can't physically do it. That's the difference.
Look, I might be able to pass a PT test. I might be able to pass a PT test,
Yeah.
but still can't work at the docks in Galveston because I can't throw 40 pounds
Cool.
every day.
So you can pass the PT test.
Yeah.
You qualify to be MP.
Yeah.
So now that's the whole reason why we have boot camp, and I have 3 months of training.
Yeah.
You're gonna go to your school. You're gonna learn how to be an MP. I'm gonna show you how to be the best of the best of the best.
So you think that
And and you're going to work on your physical readiness.
Yeah.
At the end of these 3 months, you couldn't throw this bale of hay 40 yards, but now you can throw it 60.
What's the retention rate of the Army? And what's the retention rate of the armed forces? That's probably the best question to ask. We know the answer real quick.
Oh, how many people stay?
What's the retention rate? Yeah.
Oh, shit, I don't know. You do have some people to get medical discharges. Some people get honorable discharges, things like that.
Yeah. I'm saying, what's if we know the retention rate of the Army or the armed forces, then we can know. Okay, shit, they have a retention rate of 84% or 64%. I'm pretty sure it's not 80.
That'd be something we got to look up.
I mean, it's probably it got to be public record, but I'm saying
I didn't say what. I said we got to look it up.
I'm saying that if the
But what does that have to do with anything? I'm
because
confused now.
if I have the retention rate of the Army, I can say, okay, how many they get a year? They get 100,000 a year. Their retention rate is 80, so we know we're getting 80,000 a year every. When I'm saying and I know how many people I have every year, 80,000. Okay, well 80,000, or this is a round number, and the NCAA's have 175,000 every year. That's how it would be easy to see who is more.
So we wouldn't measure by actual numbers. We would measure by retention rate.
The number, because what I'm saying, yeah, because I might have 500,000 people enroll in January, but when it comes to the next year, I only have 250,000. I lost half my retention rate was 50%. So if I'm just saying who enrolled as opposed to who I kept for a year, that's showing what I really got, not just saying, oh, I got 100,000 people. You know what I'm saying? That's that what you call it? They be like, I got 1,000 people in here, and you go in there, it's 5 people in there, like, oh, now they all left.
Gotcha.
You got anything in closing, sir? Or you got a closing point?
Oh no, I have no more points, bro.
Because I didn't want you said I would close it off, so I didn't want to close it off.
No, you do always. Like it's in your nature though. Like it's not a bad thing. Your spirit, which is a positive spirit, you do like to have the last word.
Man, I ain't gotta say nothing, man. I'm gonna start being like the picture on the wall and
The fact that you said I don't have to say nothing, I'm gonna start being like the picture on the wall, and there's no picture on the wall.
That's the picture, man. See how you lie to people, man? It's
There's
a picture
no
of a
picture on the
dog.
wall. There's no picture on the wall.
There's a picture in front of us that I'm looking
There's a monitor there.
at. This guy here. There's a monitor with the picture.
You
on
got
the
any
monitor.
exciting things going on in the upcoming week you want to let our listeners know about?
I don't know yet, man. We got a guest on Sunday, man. It's gonna be a pretty cool.
You want to tell us who the guest is?
Nah, it's gonna be a secret.
You want to tell me who the guest is?
I mean, it's not a girl.
I don't care about it being a
I didn't
lady.
say you did. I was just putting it out there. It's not a girl. It's he's an artist. He's a pretty accomplished artist, man. And he's I don't want to say woke. He's enlightened, man, and I don't mean that in a facetious way either.
Say, man, are we gonna go to the Booker T's Reality of Wrestling event on January 18th in Texas City?
That's
Should be like a Saturday.
No, 14th is a Saturday.
I said 18th.
So the 14th is a Saturday.
I said 18th.
Yeah, so that means it's Tuesday, Wednesday.
Nah, it got to be the 14th then.
Can't do it. Maybe what time?
I don't know. I'm going though, bro.
Because on the 14th, the A-Leaf Community Center is opening up. We got Sylvester Turner coming out. We got Councilman Tiffany Thomas. We have all these important people that coming to see what took about 20 years to build the rebuilt A-Leaf Community Center. It's
I
like,
saw some photos of that. That's dope. That's dope. We're gonna do like some live photos and we're gonna post them something.
nah.
I don't know how you say live photos. Photos aren't live. We ain't gonna post like no fire photos of the event, bro.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it's an important thing for you.
I'll be in the event, kind of, sort of. So
That's what I'm saying. We can't get no photos and throw them up there, bro.
I mean, if I find some pictures, like this one thing I noticed, man. Like I might be a bunch of places doing a bunch of stuff, but I don't take pictures of myself, and I'm usually doing something. So if it goes on said website for somebody's stuff, I might see it like a year later.
I just would assume it's a big deal. There would be photos taken.
Yeah, I'm saying, but I gotta go to soandso.gov or .com to see it. Cause I don't be,
I thought you like throw the camera to a kid and tell them to take pictures.
Oh man, I'll be doing stuff or no.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Hey, well, this has been another exciting episode of the 16 Shots Podcast with the one young James Boogie and AR Dub.
Tell me how you took it. I'm going to tell you what I meant.
And we out.
No, I'm talking about instruments to get the bitches, man.
I gotta find a better. Dang,
I thought it was over.
You just stepped on my. We out.
No, I'm talking about
it was over.
instruments
Nah,
to
you
get the
gotta do that.
bitches, man.